Check, check. Test the mic. Test the mic.
What is up, dude?
Much.
Everything good?
Yep. Everything's going great.
Cool.
I get your show audio going.
On today's show, fake meat versus real meat. My dog died. That kind of sucks. Goonies, space juggling, Jack Black, Mr. Beast. We're gonna do a deep dive into the Last of Us game. Modern gaming versus retro tech. We talk FruitLabs, and we watch a lot of TikToks. All right.
Roll the intro.
Yeah, do it, dude.
Hold on to your butts, you're in for an experience like no other. You are about to partake in the most bodacious experience ever, the Tick and Professor Show.
Show.
It's my favorite part of the show. It's when she says show.
That is.
So
Yes.
I gotta hit the button over here. Let me see if it's going.
Yes.
Because this week I am playing in honor of Richard Donner passing. So if you don't want to watch our show, just watch the Goonies. It's right there the whole time.
Yeah. Watch Richard Donner eat people with the Donner pass.
Dope.
That's what the Goonies about. Yep.
Dope.
If you haven't seen it, I just spoiled it for you.
It's ruined. And I'm just going to hit this button.
Guys, watch what you're doing with that liquid. Oh my god, please don't stick that in my fan. Stop.
Sorry.
Okay, this next segment the guys are going to taste something in a segment I like to call Taste Test Time.
Yay!
With Tick and Professor. Sorry about being late. So what's the story about why we're late today?
Oh my god.
Typically it's Tick's fault. Like I take 100% responsibility 100% of the time. But today, oddly enough, I got my burgers early. But what happened to you?
So blame Burger King. I went.
Blame Burger King.
Yes, I went to the Burger King that is literally like a half a mile away,
Right,
and there's
right
no
down the street.
lights in between. It's just one stop sign, and that's
You'll be
it.
there in 7 seconds. No,
Right.
no problem.
And I drove around it. I'm like, cool, the lights are on. No, nobody's in the drive-thru. Like, this is quick. I get a chance to go to the bathroom before the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
it's great. I get there and they're like, sir, all of our computers are down. Thanks for your understanding. And I'm like, does this mean I get free food? And they said,
yeah, you give me a
no.
ticket. You give me a little more.
Right. Yeah. They're like, no. So I had to go to the one that was 10 minutes away. So we're 10 minutes late for the show.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
And there you have it. So are we starting? Like, I got both. Did you get both?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it. I got both.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
here.
But we're starting with this one, the green bag. Like, they don't even
Green
attempt
bag.
to make it seem like it's real. It smells
I
real.
had to smell it.
I microwaved mine because I got mine earlier, and you're like, dude.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how they make theirs too. So
Yeah, I figured it's pretty
mean,
similar.
yeah.
So
So I got mine with no tomatoes or onions. How did you get yours?
I didn't say anything. I got it exactly how they make it. So
Okay.
however they make it, right or wrong. Now, I do have to say, my mom's favorite burger is a Whopper for some reason. Like she's always
Okay.
like I've never been a huge fan of the Whopper. My mom loves the Whopper. So
Gotcha.
I'm excited about this Impossible Burger. You got yours?
Okay. So
Let's-
I got mine. I'm gonna examine it. I got
Oh.
cheese on mine. Did you get cheese on yours?
No, I got it exactly how they make it. I didn't
Okay.
want to modify it in any way because I figured that
All
could
right,
be a
I
future
modified.
show. No, that's
All right.
fine. So
So,
here's mine.
it-
It looks
I
just
took-
like the picture in the
I
in
took
the
my
commercial.
bottom meat off or bun
Yeah.
off so you guys can see it, and
Yeah.
it's actually charred. Like it looks like it kind of looks like a burger. I mean, honestly, it does.
Yeah.
It's odd.
So
it smells like a burger.
So let's do what we usually do with our drinks. So we'll like cheers our food, and then we'll
Okay.
take a bite, and then
Gotcha.
whoever spits out first wins. So cheers.
Okay.
ASMR.
Hmm.
If you didn't tell me this was
Right.
a fake burger, like
I-
I wouldn't have really honestly known. I'll be honest. Hey, Pixel showed up. He smelled
Well,
food.
yeah. Right. He's like, it's not that plant beef jerky you got.
Mhm.
I actually now want to take a bite of the actual Whopper.
That's what
And-
I'm gonna do.
Hi, Pixel. How's it going, buddy?
Hey! And I know we have some sad news today, but Pixel
Yep.
being here, I kind of had to put him on the show. Okay, so
No,
let's grab the
you're
other
good.
burger.
Yep. All right.
Oh, come on, Pixel.
So
Don't be hound dogging.
I got it the same way with no tomatoes or onions, and there's cheese on it.
Okay, I got mine exactly how they make a Whopper. So this is exactly how they make a Whopper. This is just like the picture when you watch the television. This is exactly how it looks. So,
And
are you ready?
I mean, it looks pretty similar.
Yeah, it does.
let's-
You know what's funny is
let's
the
go.
other burger looks thicker. I'll be honest. The
It
other one looks
does.
a little
It
bit
does.
thicker. So the Impossible Burger. So here we go.
Uh-huh.
There is a difference.
There totally is a difference. There's a difference. I'm glad we did the Impossible one first.
Me too.
I right now, before I take a second bite, I'm actually leaning towards the Impossible one.
Really? I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So if you can't see my shirt, it says keep calm and kill zombies. Because, you know, that's key.
My shirt today says the TP show.
I wore
and
that
you can
shirt
get
earlier today. That's so funny. I totally like did not wear it for the show, but I wore it out and about when
Okay.
I was getting the burgers and everything.
Okay. All right. I have my judgment, but
Okay.
when you are set with yours, play the would you buy this?
Oh yeah. You got it.
Are you like me? And buy every single gadget you see? Or shop online and say that looks cool so you just buy it? Well, this is a segment I like to call Would You Buy That?
Would you buy that?
All right. So I'm gonna say, would you buy the Impossible Whopper? And we both say after that, yes or no.
Okay. So here we go.
All right.
Uh
Would you buy the Impossible Whopper?
yes.
Yes.
I would. Surprisingly. But here's the deal
Yeah.
though. If you gave me both of them and said eat one of them, I
Right.
would eat the Whopper. I'm just saying, like I like the Whopper more. As the show goes on, I'm telling you the Whopper will be gone. The Impossible Burger will
Yeah.
still be around. I'm just saying.
So for me, after my second bites,
Yes.
I do like the Whopper more. Like the Whopper is more. My
Mm-hmm.
first bite, I was like, this is good because I didn't really have the Whopper bite, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it reminds me of a Whopper. So
Yes.
it's like the difference between, for me, like, do I want chicken or do I want beef?
Yeah,
So
no,
if
I
I'm in
I
if
get
I'm
that.
in a mood for something that's like not a hamburger,
yes.
I would honestly
I get the
and if
Impossible
someone-
Burger instead of a hamburger. But you know what's funny is,
Yeah.
so story time. I don't think I have a button for that. We need a tick story time button. So
We do.
We need to make that up because I always have stupid stories. Quick.
You're not stupid.
Okay, so remind me about grease burgers because I'm going to get back to that in a second. But I have to
Okay.
do a quick mistake fix. So Devo
Mm.
2.0, I was wrong. It was
No.
not the kids of Devo like I thought it was. It was actually much, much worse. More cynical, actually. It was
Oh.
Disney. So Disney went to Devo and said, hey, what do you think about retooling your songs and putting them on Disney and we'll get kids to do them? And of course, Devo had like two horrible albums. Like, they weren't horrible albums, but they performed horribly. And of course, the answer to the question when you're a musician and you're starving is yes. So they said yes to Disney. And going back to a story we covered a while back, Disney Milli Vanilli'd it. They got kids to play the music, but the kids weren't playing the music. Devo actually played the music for these kids. And I could have sworn that one or two of the kids were from the Devo family, but I couldn't find any verification on that. So Tick tells the story wrong. So now back to burgers.
Okay.
Back to burgers.
And
So
then I'm going to do something really cool.
Oh,
when
and
you
we
get
got to
done.
talk about drinks too, because we have drinks.
Because I'm dying to open up one. Yeah.
Why don't we do drinks and then I'll get to my story, because like that's more important in my opinion. I'll start.
All right.
Mine's
Yes,
a repeat.
do it.
Mine's a repeat. Mine's last week over again. And the story behind this is I liked it so much last week and I enjoyed the show so much last week. I hid this on myself. I literally put it in my micro studio so I couldn't find it. And the other day, I was like, I could really go for some screwball. And I walked into my area, and I'm like, where the crap did I put it? Where is it? Where is it? And I couldn't find it. So I did a perfect job hiding it because I found it for the show, and I didn't have it for the other thing. And I will be drinking it out of, ironically, a Coca-Cola glass, because that makes no sense at all. Whiskey and Coke.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It makes perfect sense.
Mine is a Rockstar Punch.
Oh,
Because
man. Yes.
I
Yes.
did not go to sleep until like midnight last night, and I'm probably not going to go to sleep till midnight tonight. And I get up at 4:30 in the morning to work.
Okay, so I also have a similar drink with me. I have Sonic. I have the Red Bull Dragon Fruit Slush Summer drink. So
That sounds awesome.
it is very good. It is very good. Okay, so let me get a drink. I'll cheers you real quick because we've got to do the cheers. Cheers.
Yep. Now that is good. I would buy that again.
I'd buy that peanut butter stuff again. And you're right. The thing that's different, because I drank some Jack Daniels the other night, and the thing that is different between most whiskeys and peanut butter whiskey is that it's smoother in the fact that it doesn't burn your stomach.
Right.
Like you're like, oh, my stomach hurts so much.
Right.
No, it's super smooth. And by the end of the show, I will be nice and toasty.
What?
Grease burgers. That was the story I had to tell you.
Okay.
Grease burgers. So my friends and I don't know, when you graduated high school, did you have a tradition called Senior Week by any chance? I noticed that traditions are different around the country.
And we did like a senior ditch day too.
Okay, we did not have Senior Ditch Day, and the reason being is because the school would have just like taken everybody's diploma. They were really weird in Westchester.
I made it like a whole week. So
Senior Ditch Week. So we had this thing called Senior Week, which is basically you graduate high school and then you go to the beach and you party for a week. Yeah. So me and my high school friends, we did that. And then the next year we liked it so much the first year we did it again. And then we did it again. And then we did it again. We did it for 10 years straight. That's how much we love Senior Week. Now, I will tell you, by the time you get to about Senior Week number 7, you're looking kind of weird. You know what I mean? You're like, Senior Week. Now, the good thing is we weren't going when other kids were going. So, I mean, it's not like we didn't go to our high school Senior Week. We went at a different time. So, and we went to different beaches and stuff like that.
It wasn't like you were going to pick up on all the high school chicks.
No, that would have been creepy. And
that would have been so creepy.
Yes, it would have been.
You're like, hey, I got a job at Walmart and I'm stalker now. I'm the stalker. Can you believe it?
yes. And you're
I've
like,
been here 7 years in a row.
yeah, I just got promoted to executive VP of marketing. I graduated college 2 years ago. Because again, I said 10 years. I mean, 10 years is a long damn time. Now, the reason it fell apart is because everybody got married and their wives. And the rule was it was just the guys. So it wasn't like if you got married and you had a wife, you could bring her along to see. No. And that's why it kind of fell apart, because everybody kind of got married and drifted apart. Now, my big thing to eat at Senior Week is something called a grease burger. As you can probably guess, it's a burger with grease. Now, what invariably would happen is some dummy would bring 80-20. Not 80-20 beef, 80-20 soy, or 50-50 soy and burger, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I was going to tell you is that by comparison to that, this thing is amazing, because literally it was so funny because somebody cooked a grease burger for me. They're like, give me a second, I get another drink. They're like, Tick, I made this grease burger for you. This is my this is my recreation of me eating their grease burger. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks, man. That's awesome. And everybody goes, dude, what was that all about? I go, that wasn't no hamburger. And the person goes, no, I went to the store and bought a hamburger. I said, go check the freezer. I guarantee you that has soy in it.
Right.
And the dude goes, what? And he walked over, and literally the box says 50% hamburger, 50% soy. And I'm like, idiot, bought the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So for anybody out there that wants to cook a good quality grease burger, you need bacon grease, you need butter, you need oil, you need onions, you need bacon. You cook the burger and you saute it with the grease. You flip it, you saute it, you add cheese, you add stuff. You take the burger, you put the burger on it, and then you make sure to pour all of the grease that's in the pan onto the burger and onto the roll. Otherwise, it's not a true grease burger. Then you're just jipping out.
Wow.
So that is the food of the day.
That sounds like that would make my high blood pressure go back up, because I'm keeping it stable.
I think it would. At this point, I think it would kill me. Like I was in my 20s. Like, you're pretty much invincible when you're in your 20s. So
right.
Hey, let's do the sad thing. I want to get the sad thing out of the way.
Let's do sad.
Yes,
it's the first two TikToks on our.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hold on 1 second though.
You didn't refresh the page.
Oh no, I did. Well, you're right. I didn't, but I did.
Hi Rex.
Hi Rex. Give me a second. Because you said it was the first two, and I was like,
it is the first two.
But it got. If I refreshed it. Now, give me 1 second though. Uno momento. Because the audio for that is being squirrely. So I got to go find the audio. And this would be.
I'm not going to finish that Impossible Burger.
No, I am full. I am honest to goodness, I am full.
I mean, I might take one more bite to remind myself that, I don't need to eat it all. But...
Right. But other than that. Okay.
First like 3 or 4 bites were awesome.
Yeah, no, I am on the exact same page. I was like, wow, this stuff is great.
If they did like Impossible Burger sliders, that would be perfect.
Yes.
Like 2-bite burgers, and you're done.
Oh, I know what's wrong. Yes.
I know what's wrong too. So my dog, Hank, he was a wiener dog, and we had him for 12 years. So before I had kids, it was like the first like alive thing that I had. Right. And that I took care of, and he was my friend. He went everywhere with me. Like some dogs, you can look at him and you can tell like, oh my God, this dog loves the hell out of me. Right. And other dogs, you look at them and they're just like, whatever, dude, you're just here.
Yeah. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to bite you. Yeah. I understand that you feed me and that you're not supposed to bite the hand that feeds you, but you know what?
But he's like, I'm just living here. No, this dog was like, I love the hell out of you. You are like my human. And that's what he was to me. He was like
Dude, that's
my
awesome.
dog. Like,
dude, I love hearing that.
We had great times. Like, he let the kids climb all over him, pull his ears, bite him. Like,
oh, that's too funny.
And he never complained. He never had a food issue. Like, if he was eating something that he shouldn't, I could grab it out of his mouth. He's fine.
That's
like,
so funny.
He was a great dog.
No, it sounds like it.
This past year, he had his heart, we found out, was enlarged, so it was beating faster than it needed to.
No way.
And he had to get a couple teeth pulled, and then from the anesthesia, one of his lungs never inflated.
Oh,
like, it was weird. So he was working off an enlarged heart.
Right.
One of his lungs wasn't even working, and on top of that, his other lung was filling up with liquid.
No.
So he was like drowning himself.
Oh.
And we got pills for it, and we were like, we know he's only going to be a couple more months, and we would have to go in once a week and get him like a shot to get all the fluid out of his lungs.
Yeah.
And he peed all over my place. I didn't care because it was just what it is. Like, he couldn't control it.
Right.
Like,
he wasn't like, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm a dog and I'm going to make this happen.
He was like looking at me like, I'm sorry, and I'm embarrassed that I'm doing this.
Yeah,
like,
I've got no control over this. What is going on? That is crazy, dude. That is absolutely crazy.
Yep.
So go ahead.
I never had something like die as I was like petting it and touching it or anything like that. So this was my first time.
Wow. Yeah. No, I had when I was a kid, and this is crazy. The audio is not working today. This is the nuttiest thing. Like, I have done all of the normal stuff.
Did you unplug it and blow in it?
I did. I unplugged it, and I'll do it again, because it's weird. The video is coming through great. There's no problem with the video, but the audio is like, screw you, buddy. I'm not involved. And so I don't know why it's doing that. So I've got to see if I can. I'm going to have to change on the fly, but let me try the blowing technique. As we all know, it's great for electronics and for marriages.
Yes. Now, if that happened in your marriage,
yes,
you know, you're a lucky dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, I want to see if there's audio coming out of my iPad as well.
Did you turn the volume down?
It's possible, yeah. And the thing is, normally when I plug it in, the volume like automatically goes back up to full volume. So we might have to do this a slightly different way this show if it decides to keep going this way.
Yeah, I don't mind if we don't watch TikToks this week. We have so much show.
Yeah, we do, as a matter of fact. And I just want to
we can play those without audio. I don't care.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I just want to get your puppy on screen. Does that make sense? Yep. So here we go. There he is. There he is. He's amazing.
Look at that dog.
Mm-hmm.
That dog like loved the hell out of me, and I love the hell out of that thing. Like, oh my god!
When I was a kid, we only had outdoor pets. I don't know if you've ever had outdoor versus indoor pets.
No.
And so we had an outdoor cat, and the cat started walking funny, and we took it to the vet, and the vet said, "Oh, it has ear mites, and it's pretty much gonna pass, because basically the ear mites had eaten into its brain, and it started just like convulsing and
I'm gonna
twitching."
Take another bite of burger.
And it was super depressing. So I understand 1000%. So next one. Hey, seriously? Wow.
Maybe it's the app.
Might be the app. And you know what? Here goes the restart. So let's see what happens on the restart.
And the next thing that shows up is the TikToker of the week. All right. Look at that dog. Woo! Yeah. TikToker of the week. This dog.
That's so funny. Auto magically. So funny.
That is funny that TikTok knew we were watching dog stuff.
It did. And you know what? TikTok is weird like that. I swear they spy on you with their camera or something like that. So let's see if the audio comes through. Nope, no audio. No audio this week.
Oh.
So.
Yep.
Yup.
Well, that's my dog, everybody.
That's the dog.
Yep.
So I've got another. I always have a backup because this show is just that way. Now the matter of, I love the fact that the show's going sideways. It's my favorite part of the show, everybody. And you know what's even funnier is I don't think it matters whether I spend an hour, 2 hours, 10 hours on the show. It always seems to do this no matter what happens. Like I literally spent, I don't know, about 3 or 4 hours getting the show ready, and it decided that it didn't want to work.
I don't go to Burger King often.
Yes.
So half a burger was enough.
I'm kind of full too, actually, which is interesting because I thought the same thing. I was like, I didn't eat that much, but I'm full. And again, I think it goes back to what we were talking about. I don't go often enough. You know what I mean? Like I can make it through a Big Mac as an example.
Oh,
and so because I'm used to going to McDonald's, and that's just the way that is. So
I'm more of a Five Guys.
Five Guys is the bomb, dude. My favorite thing these days, though, is the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I've really come to love that.
That is really good too.
Yeah. It's gotten me.
Do you get the spicy one or the regular one?
Regular. I'm not a spicy fan. Like, I like spicy. Okay. I like spicy. Don't get me wrong. Oh man, this is the worst. So
and I can't even see your cat because of the black stuff.
Yeah, it's even more hilarious. So there we go. It's Ninja Cat. Ninja Cat is literally on screen right now.
It's the new Batman trailer.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
And what's funny is I only wanted to play this so that you could hear the audio. Yeah, like that's really the reason. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, and you forgot to remind me? I forgot to hit record. It even says start recording, and I forgot.
We didn't record any of that.
No. We totally missed the first how many minutes? 8 minutes of our show. The whole burger segment gone. Whole burger segment gone. Cool. So we'll have to grab it off of YouTube because.
Can you do that?
Okay, so
I guess we can. We could.
Okay. Well, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wasn't that?
I'm just kidding. Like that should be like just whatever. It's been a show.
Can we actually grab that off of YouTube? Like, does it save it?
No, okay. Well, it's there. Okay, so that leads me to something that I wanted to talk about this week after that was, and I'll put it right here because it actually segues well.
Okay.
vMix.
vMix?
To the max. So this is the software we use every week. And for anybody out there that's like, hey, why would I want that software when you guys have so many problems? It's not the software. It's the user. It's always the user. Like this software is amazing. So what I'm going to do is after the show's over, I will go to YouTube and I will watch the same way that we watch stuff over on my screen over here. The same way that I throw my screen up. Yeah, and then I'll just screen record it. And I'll grab the first part of the show and it'll be good to go. But yeah, welcome to So, yeah, I'm not sure. We're not going to be able to do TikToks this week. So that kind of segues into what we were going to talk about. Oh, vMix to the max. The reason that I'm bringing this up is this is the software we use for the show. And they've just added a monthly plan. So it used to be that you could only purchase the software. And they have like 5 levels of software. And ranging from $60 all the way up to $1,200. Now, $1,200 is pretty steep, but $1,200 you can have 8 people in a video call. Like you can do your own Zoom meeting, no problem. 8 people. It also has like 2 different like replay channels. So this is designed for high-end sports streamers and high-end people like that. Now they just came out with a monthly plan, and you can buy it for a month. You can do it for a whole year, however you want to do it, and it's $50 a month, and you get the full boat software, which I just said was $1,200. So it actually pays for itself. Like the reason that I find it awesome is because I have been on events when I'm like, I need another version of vMix, but I don't have $1,200, and I don't, and the $60 version works for a wide variety of things. I've thrown that in like, oh, I need it real quick. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for $50, you just basically bill a client, and boom, you've got the full boat software. And I just have to thank Martin and Tim over at vMix for being awesome. And I am so mad. I mean, like literally, like all the buttons are working, everything is working. I have no idea why the sound is not coming through. There is no rhyme or reason to it. So let's just move on to something else.
That's okay.
And you know what? I will do it old school. I will go old school with this, and we will watch TikToks on the TV. We'll use this. We always have a backup because this show is like that. So I'll just go like that. Let me get TikTok up and running. What else is on the program today besides everything?
I really want to talk about Fruitlabs. Like,
I do
oh my
too.
God,
I do too. I so want to get to that. So
like,
let me do the Goonies thing real quick.
Yeah.
Let's do Hank real quick because Hank deserves like a lot more than I just did. Does that make any sense? Like he needs the whole music and everything, the whole 9 yards. And then once we do the Hank stuff, okay, liked. Okay, here we go. And this desk. And let's see if the audio works. Oh, we got to turn the audio on.
All I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna get high. Oh, baby, how you all I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna get high. Oh, baby, how
yeah. And that will just, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched her last week.
Is that crazy or what?
That is.
Okay, so now that we know we can do it that way, you know what?
Okay.
If it weren't for buttons and making mistakes, we wouldn't have a show this week. So iPad's off. Next on the hit parade, before we get into the thing you and I definitely want to talk about, I have to do this for the Goonies fans out there and for Richard Donner, because last week I should have played Goonies, but I'm glad that I didn't because I found out that they are bringing Goonies.
Hey, Mike found a map! One-Eyed Willie! My dad told me all about it. See, One-Eyed Willie stole treasure once, and then he got
Goonies is
into this
coming in
cave,
4K,
and he's been there ever since.
That's really the
Trapped.
Goonies in 4K.
You guys, just what if this map could lead to One-Eyed Willie's rich stuff?
Dude. It never gets old. It never gets old.
I'm setting booty traps.
You mean booby traps?
That's what
I said.
Booty traps. I want to go home. Don't say that. Goonies never say die.
Oh my God.
From Steven Spielberg. The Goonies.
Do the truffle shuffle. Come on, do it.
That's so awesome.
I love that. You know, I showed that to my kids and they love it just as much as I do. Like,
Good.
yeah.
Good. That makes me happy because I think a lot of kids, like, I don't know. It was simpler times when I grew up, but it was also more complicated, meaning that, like, you had to do more crap for yourself. Like, I don't think...
100%. Yes.
So...
Yep. Yeah, we had to fend for ourselves when we were kids. Now it's like, outside bad. No.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think I spent 90% of my time outside when I was a kid.
I did too.
I totally believe that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to definitely talk about some Juicelabs now. Still can't believe we did that as a whole entire segment.
And that's still one of our top views. That thing has like 15 or 16. Oh, it's at 18,722.
It blows my mind. It totally blows my mind.
Juicelabs, and
there is a thing called Juicelabs, oddly enough. Like, that's the funnier part. There is a thing called Juicelabs. It, of course, is not what we were talking about or what we were working with. So,
no, not at all.
On the screen right now is our newest obsession. I will be honest, I am hooked.
Oh, my God.
I'm hooked.
I love this app.
Me too.
Oh
Me too.
my God.
So the app is called Fruitlabs if you're not able to see it and you're listening on the podcast. It basically reminds me of early TikTok because, first of all, people aren't rude. Like, that's one of the things I've noticed about TikTok recently. People are just rude. Like, just straight up.
I agree.
Whereas with this, I've had like 4 or 5 people like, hey, thanks for being here. Hey, it's good to see you. Hey, thanks for coming by.
And we've had comments like, this is my favorite show now. I love this thing. And people
I'm only laughing
so
because
positive.
we have literally been on this app for less than a week. I think it's less than a week. Maybe, yeah, we talked about it last week and then we both got on. Well, you got the show on, then I got on, and then you got on. And I followed the show. Go figure. Go figure. I follow my own show. Is that shocking or what? So for anybody out there that's wondering what the heck we're talking about, if you took Instagram, TikTok, and a video game and you mashed them together, that's what this reminds me of.
Yes.
How would you describe it similarly, or would you add?
I would throw
from that?
Twitch in there.
Yes, because of the video game aspect.
Yeah, and it's mostly video games, but they're like, you could throw any content besides porn. And violence.
If it's as long as it's not adult content.
Real violence.
Funny enough, I went into the so they have a chat area and they have a general chat, they have a self-promotion area. Went into the chat area and some guy, I don't know how old these people are, so I apologize after the fact because you'll understand what in a second. This one dude goes, I need money fast. Do you know what my answer was? Any guesses?
I don't know. Payday loans?
OnlyFans. I said OnlyFans. I was like, OnlyFans. You need money fast? OnlyFans. Well, that's because everybody I know that was in dire straits during the pandemic, like that was one of their outlets, was to go to OnlyFans and make some money. And so I said that, and then the moderators were like, yeah, let's not talk about that anymore. And I'm like, okay, no problem. But I mean, the dude asked, like, how can I make money fast? I'm just trying to be honest.
Well, they're only for fans. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the funniest part was somebody's like, what is OnlyFans? And I was like, if you took adult content and you took Patreon and you jam them together, that's OnlyFans. And a lot of people were doing, see, it's funny because on TikTok, if you do certain content and you're skinny and you look good, no problem. But if you don't meet a certain body type, all of a sudden you're breaching the terms of service. And so that's why I like OnlyFans, because it gives an outlet for people that, like, for anybody that doesn't know what OnlyFans is, it's most of the people do 18 plus content, but you don't have to do 18 plus content. But what was happening with TikTok was people were putting up, like, they were just wearing a bikini. Like, it's not my type of content. Like, I'm not good. I don't look good in a bikini. Just saying.
No, I don't
and so they were like getting, I know at least 2 different people that got Thanos'd because their content became too risque. And I watched their content, and then I watched the 17, 18, 19-year-old girls doing the exact same content. And the 17, 18-year-old girls have like 4 million views and like 2 million likes or whatever the numbers were. And people I knew were Thanos'd. So that hypocritical double standard of TikTok was just getting under my nerves. In walks Fruitlab, which doesn't allow adult content, by the way. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form, but you get views. You don't have to pay to play. There's no payola. There's nothing like that.
And it's like, honestly, I can honestly say this because we've been at this thing for about a week now.
A whole week. We're experts.
Right. The more you put into it and the more you invest in it, the more it gives back to you.
I agree 1000%. And what was so funny was, you got to see this. I'm only showing you this video because it was hilarious to me when this guy, okay, let me get it on the screen. We'll see what happens with this show today. Welcome to
this
our
entrepreneur
show.
Brand logo was done by a top freelancer on Fiverr.
Fiverr. Get that ad over here.
We come out here for the winter to be with you, and it's like you're not even here with us.
I'm sorry, guys. I've just been talking to a woman all day.
You can hire a killer for $5.99, and we'll make some killer content for you.
Exactly. So, and that's exactly what I was going to say. So the weird tie-in with this was,
I know.
Okay, I know. Give me a second, buddy. Give me a second. So the weird tie-in here is the professor and I were trying to come up with ways to get more content faster.
Yes.
And somehow, some way, I came up with the 1 minute concept. But we had said, let's try the Fiverr experiment. So we did.
Yeah.
2 guys sucked. If you guys watched our show, I mean, they didn't suck. They just weren't that good. It was a hot mess. The third guy, who is named Road 8 Killer, amazing. Just knocked it out of the park. Hit it beyond the end of the thing. So we've used him a bunch of times already. And he said to me, he goes, "Why aren't you on Fruitlab?" And I said, "What's Fruitlab?" And he said, he's like, it's like TikTok, but mostly for gamers. But I think your content would do well. And so both of us said, okay, let's try it. And now we're hooked like it's crack. I went on to say, how do you get more of whatever? Because in Fruitlab, you collect what are called PIPs, pips. Yep. What's amazing about the pips is 10,000 pips equals $1.
Yes.
And you're probably wondering, like, oh, okay, like game money. Like you get $1 of game money. No, you get $1 of real money. I'm like, wait, I'm getting real money for doing the thing that I did on TikTok. And if you're in the creator, what is it called? Do you remember the name on TikTok? Creator
Fund?
Creator Fund. If you're in the Creator Fund, you'll get 0.0003 cents for like 10,000 views. Like
I was getting less than that, and I was in the Creators Fund,
There's no creators that I know at our level that are like, oh yeah, I made bank. No, they're like, no, I had to sell my house, my car, and I got divorced because I made TikToks and I made no money. So in comes Fruitlab, and every 10,000 is $1. And if you get, I guess, $200, you can get real hard-earned cash. Because until you get to $200, they'll give you gift cards. You can get an Amazon gift card, you can get a Cheesecake Factory gift card, whatever kind of gift cards you want to get. And most of the kids that do this, do you know what the answer is as to what gift card the kids get? All the kids.
Yeah, they'll get gaming gift cards like Xbox or PlayStation because Fruitlabs supports their content.
Yes, and also Steam. You didn't mention the number one game engine. Yeah, Steam. So I was just like, hey, this is crazy. I expected, like you, that we would get 7 or 8 views. Like, seriously, I was just like, we'll get 8 views, maybe 9. And in the first 2 days, we had how many views? Was it like 100,000 views or something?
Yes. Like, we came and we were like the knockout punch. Like, we came in there and they were like, what the hell's going on with these guys? It looks like a train wreck. We're gonna
It is. It's a hot mess of a train wreck. Welcome to the show, everybody. So I did not know like how a lot of it works. So I went onto YouTube because that's where you go for all information, and this guy pops up. Now, the main reason
on fruitlab.com. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you how.
We need an intro like this. This one cracked me up. So
what is going on, everybody?
This is my favorite part of it.
Boy King Chaos. I'm a content creator over on Mixer.com. I stream Monday through Friday.
Did you hear what he said? I am a content creator over on, wait for it, Mixer. I stream Monday through Thursday or Friday, sometimes every other Saturday. You don't stream anymore on Mixer, buddy. Sorry, Mixer doesn't exist anymore. That's why I started laughing so hard. We don't actually need to watch this video because it's all the stuff we already know. So any guesses as to what his 5 things are to do?
Post frequently. Be engaging. Be active on the site, probably. Communicate with other people, maybe.
Build a fan base.
Yes. And then let's see the other one. If it has to do with us, be unpredictable.
Yeah. Pretty accurate. We don't need to watch this video anymore. I'll just be honest. That's pretty damn accurate. It was just super funny to me, like, because I was watching it, and it is literally like, I mean, it's good. If you've never done anything like Fruitlab, it definitely was it made a lot of sense. But I was watching it, and I was just like, so one of the things he says is post the maximum every day. Well, when he made this video, I think the maximum was 5 videos a day.
Right. We
so
do that. Yeah.
That's not a big deal.
No.
They just upped it. So you can do photos, you can do videos, and you can do shorts, and you can do facts. So there's 4 different things you can do. And now you can do 20 of each every day.
Cool.
I was like, no, I actually am going to take the challenge to try to figure out how to do 20 in a day for each, but I doubt that I'll be able to do it. I mean, that's just insane. 80 pieces of content. My name's not Gary Vee. I just can't do 80 pieces of content in a day.
Right. But, you know, here's something too. Like, I think what we're doing on FruitLabs with the TV show account is exactly what Gary Vee is telling everybody to do.
I agree, like, 1,000%.
We're right there in that niche.
Yes.
And we already, like, you got verified. I'm verified.
You know what? That's another thing we need to mention. I have been on TikTok for 4 years, probably, maybe 5. I am nobody. I am officially a nobody. Like, I could even ask to be somebody. We have had Dave Mortz on the show. Dave Mortz has like 160,000 followers or something. He's not verified.
Mima's right up there too.
Mima's right up there too. Well, it's funny because Mima goes up and then she literally tells people exactly how she feels, and people are like, I don't like that you have your own thoughts.
Right.
Whoop. I'm like, dude, she's a human. She has like, never mind. You shouldn't be following Mima if you're like that. No. And so, yes, and none of them are verified. I don't know anybody verified. Do you know anybody that's verified? Actually, that's a lie. I know one person that's verified, and I'll tell you the story after you tell me.
I know one person that's verified, but they came from Musical.ly, and they were verified on Musical.ly.
That's the exact story I have as well. They were verified on Musical.ly, and then they got onto TikTok. And you know what's funny is their comments are literally like, how are you verified? Why are you verified?
Oh,
why am I not verified?
This person
What's
is
this
private.
bull crap about being verified?
She's verified and she's a private account. So
the best of both worlds.
She only has
that's
like
impossible
10,000
now.
people. Like,
right, and it's impossible now. Like, you can't be private and verified, I don't think. I don't think that's allowed.
No. Yeah, and it is. So
FruitLabs, when it comes to being verified, the TP show got verified. I added my account. I got verified.
Yes.
You added your account. Are you verified yet?
I don't know. Let me search because I'm on it right now.
Okay.
Let me. I might not be, but I only joined yesterday. Like.
Oh my God, you're so behind the curve. I've been on this for at least 4 days. And that's another reason that I like it is because it I don't know. It's so much more engaging.
It's easy to find hashtags too. Like, I just typed in the professor. Yeah. And the hashtag's right there, and my account comes up like right away.
Okay, so you're not verified yet. You are not verified yet.
Man, but my streak is only 2. So we're okay.
Right. And so like and the best part is this for everybody watching the screen, tick tock tick. Nobody had it. Nobody flipping had it, so I get to have it over here. So, and I'm a corporal. Yeah. What the heck, man? I've been on this app for 4 days, and I'm already a corporal. But I'm actually. This is the first time on any social media I didn't use my actual name because I always use Rich Shoemaker, my name. I mean, even if you look at the screen right now and you see right down there, it says Rich Shoemaker. The reverse thing's really messing me up.
We might want to do. Like, I know we're based around TikTok, but honestly, I might want to change it to our FruitLabs info.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. And again, we started on TikTok. We love TikTok. I'm not going to say I don't love TikTok. I love the method by which you can create on TikTok. It's so much easier to create on TikTok. FruitLab is not great for creating. FruitLab is great for distribution. It stinks for creation. I'll just be honest.
Is like, if you have video, like you can upload that video. I've done one like 30-second where I just looked into my phone and said something, and I totally morched it.
Right.
But
love that.
I morched it, and then right after the video, it started uploading, and I'm like, oh crap! Oh my God, no! No, why? Right. Oh my!
Now the main difference between TikTok and FruitLab is that on TikTok, when you press post, it literally will post. Like, you're done.
Right.
You're as soon as do everybody can see it. If you've set the privacy to everyone.
Right.
So what I used to do was I set it to private and then I would turn it public. But I found that the algorithm doesn't like that. So the difference on Fruitlab is when it posts it in a not posted state. It is basically waiting for you to post it. And you have to go in and hit a little slider and then it posts, or at least that's the way the app is. And now this is the other interesting thing. I have used only the app, and you've used pretty much the web mostly, correct?
Yeah. Did you notice when you logged in how cool that front screen was? Like, that thing was freaking awesome.
It is. And that's another thing that's different than TikTok is that TikTok's web experience kind of blows. Their app experience is great, but their web experience not so good ski. So Fruitlab has like two different experiences that are equally good. Both the app and the website are equally good.
So like if you go right now and search TP show.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to show you before we get there. I'm a freaking corporal. I've been playing this game for like literally 7 seconds, and it's nutty.
I'm at level 41, and I am a private. So hey, you know, I'm okay with that.
And we're a lieutenant. TP show is lieutenant. We're at level 82.
Look at that thing. Look how many views that is, and we're almost there with the
220,000 views, and we've made 152,000 pips.
Fruitlab.
1 week.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And super easy. Watch. There's our trailer. How easy was that? And if you didn't know, you're actually watching the show right now. But yeah, I was just blown away.
It's awesome. And the one thing to do, you start earning pips if someone engages with your video over 3 seconds.
Yes. And I didn't get a chance to do it, but we're going to put our QR code for TP, for the TP show on Fruitlab, and that will be in the corner right there. Yeah. But right next to TP show. And all you have to do is scan that, and then you can use our referral link inside Fruitlab, and they'll know that we sent you. Because we really feel that this is, I don't know, this is the evolution for us for sure. And
100%.
I figured out, so about a month or two ago, it might have been a little bit longer, TikTok added a game. And it's basically like Farmville, if you've ever played Farmville. And everybody I know got pissed. Like everybody did a TikTok, like Coffee Jedi Ninja did a TikTok that was like, no, I'm not playing this. No, I'm not doing it. Nope.
Right.
And he wasn't the only one, but he was the one that I felt was like the most succinct. No. This is the reason that I didn't know at the time. Why in the crap are they adding games? This is why. This is why. Well, you can literally play 50, 60, 70 games on your phone directly inside Fruitlab and get experience points and all kinds of stuff. And you can challenge people.
You could challenge people. You could gamble if you get really good. You can start playing for money. And oh my God, let me tell you, like the people who actually like stream on Fruitlabs, they're awesome. It's not just like throwaway crappy content. It's actually they're working harder than we are at this, and it's fantastic content.
And basically what I see it being is it's a lot of Twitch streamers that have their Twitch streams, but this is like their secondary income because Twitch makes a certain amount of money for them. But then they take that Twitch content, they wrap it up in a ball, they throw it on Fruitlabs, and boom, they've doubled their income. They didn't have to do a lot of extra, and they've doubled their income. Because I find the Twitch interface not that useful by comparison to this one. This one's just super easy, super straightforward.
I love it. And, you know, I want to have a couple contests on Fruitlabs.
Yes.
For
yes.
Fruitlabs people.
Yeah,
like,
I
they
agree.
call them players.
Right.
And I want to issue this challenge right now. If we get to 100 followers, I will randomly pick 3 people and give them 500 pips a piece just for being our friends. And I'll randomly pick them if we get to 100 followers.
We're at 50 right now. So we only need to double the amount that we're doing right now, which is not impossible. Like we made it to 1,000 followers each just so we could go live on TikTok. And
also, I want to, because we have so much pip and I'm just feeling generous.
Yeah.
Let's do a comment of the week and give them like 1,000 pip.
I love that. I love
Comment
that.
of the week. 1,000 pip.
Comment of the week. And it has to be on Fruitlabs, everybody. So like
has to be on Fruitlabs.
So
this
go over to
Fruitlabs
Fruitlabs and put a comment over there. And yes, you can put comments on our YouTube and comments on our Twitch. That's totally cool. We really appreciate it, actually.
How about this? I will even give 1,000 pip if somebody joins Fruitlabs because of this show and says, hey, because of I watched you at a different media outlet, I joined Fruitlabs and now I'm your friend. So here's 1,000 pip.
I love that. And you know what's funny is I've got pips too that I'm giving away. So like you can follow me and you can follow Professor as well. But the show is the most the show is what started the whole thing. And the only reason that we both have our own personal accounts wasn't because we're trying to like double up or triple up. No. It was more so that we could learn how the thing worked, because like the show itself is an entity of both of us. And so like if Professor's doing it, I can't, and vice versa. So if he has his account, he can do whatever he wants, and if I have my account, I can do whatever I want, and we can both learn, and then we can add that to what we learn on the TP show, which is what I highly recommend for anybody if they've got a podcast they do.
Right, and on my account, I want to add like video game clips that I play and stuff like that. So that's not really TP show's not a place for that.
No, and I do on mine. I've already put up 2 flow shops from that I used to do over at TikTok.
And I saw one of your comments, and they were like, "Dude, you are amazing." And I'm sorry,
really
I said.
No,
I said you like to play with balls.
I love playing with balls. Now, you see, okay, so now that you've said that, I'm going to tell a story now that's super embarrassing. I don't know who it's embarrassing for, so as most people don't know, because I don't really talk about it, I used to be in an organization, because I haven't done it for a long, long time, called the Society for Creative Anachronism. Fancy term. All it means is you get dressed up in medieval clothes and you act medieval. That is where I learned to contact juggle, from a guy named James Ernest. So James Ernest taught me to contact juggle, and I'll get a picture of him on screen while we are working on this. So James Ernest taught me how to contact juggle. Now, I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was going to become a way of my life. Like, I was going to do it every day for the rest of my life, and I did. And my SCA mother, because in the society you have a mom and you have a dad, just like you would in the real world. Her name was Elena of Oakland, I do believe, and she was Queen of the East at one point. And what she did, because she always like was trying to be nice to me and introduce me to women, she bought me. And let me get James on the screen real quick. This was from the year that he taught me how to contact juggle. Now, James Ernest, for anybody in the know, is actually a game designer. He's probably designed 50 or 100 games. He owns a company called Cheap Ass Games, and he's done tons of game design. But he also did a book called Contact Juggling by James Ernest, and he coined the term contact juggling. It is a form of juggling where the object, the prop, stays in contact with your skin, or stays in contact with you. So you can use a ball, you can use a staff, you can use a club, you can use any prop, and you just keep it in contact. Now, this is him contact juggling. That is a real crystal ball, and he was contact juggling it over concrete. Now, my SCA mother thought that it would be cute if she bought me, wait for it, an anatomically correct ball sack. Yes, I said that. And
I'm
literally,
surprised you weren't like, and here it is right here.
I wish I still had it. That was like so many decades ago. But what would happen is the Chinese exercise balls that I use.
Yes.
These silver ones would literally, there was 4. So 2 would fall down and 2 would stand up, and I would have it on my pouch, and it would be ball, 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 and the left would hang lower than the right, just like the real thing.
Yeah.
And I would walk around with an anatomically correct ball sack on my hip, because I like to play with balls. And so that's the story as it goes. But yeah, Fruitlabs, love it. And so I'm doing stuff that I would do on TikTok. I'm doing flow shops. I'm showing my cat. I'm doing like just random nonsense. And it's not like I haven't created 3,000 plus TikToks that I can reuse.
Of course. Yeah. That's what I did. I literally just put up TikToks, and I mean, I haven't put as much time. It's been 2 days, but I haven't put in.
I haven't put in much time. I spent 7 minutes. I mean, seriously, this is the craziest thing by far.
The TP show is by far where I'm going to spend most of my time.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that to no end.
What was that?
That is our next segment. That's why I was throwing it up there. You're like, what? What is going on in the background?
I just want to say to everybody that's on Fruitlabs that supported us and supported the show, thank you.
And Roadkiller, thank you so much for telling us about it, because like and I had no idea about this Fruitlabs. When he said it, because we called it Juicelabs, we were like, what's this dude even talking about? Like, we had no idea at all what we were stepping into. And I think in a way it made it better. Like, if we had known what it was, we might have been skeptical. Like, I had no preconceived notions of what it was. So when we walked in, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. So I want to make sure that I cover this, because it's, again, oddly enough, a friend of my friend, but a friend of the show who hasn't been on the show yet. And I will let the clip speak for itself. So let me just throw that up.
Hey guys, here's my idea. Check out this idea. How did I get the idea for space juggling? I was studying how humans rotate. There's 2 ways in any position that you can rotate stably, and every other way is not stable. One of the ways that you can spin stably is kind of like a cartwheel, where you're spinning around your belly. As I was thinking about that, how the head traces out a circle, I wonder what would happen if you threw a ball down to yourself. You could probably catch it. That's what would happen. You could probably throw it again. You do that enough times, people, including me, would start calling it juggling. You know? Before I went on my first parabolic flight, I was wondering what would be the most useful thing for me to know. I ended up writing a program with a fully articulated human body that you can move around into any
I just wrote this program.
And then it calculates what axes you can spin around stably in any position. And I did that to prepare for my flight. And then in the months or year after my first flight was when I came up with the idea. I was talking with Story Musgrave, who's an astronaut who did a lot of movement and dance in space. He is the most capable at speaking about his embodied experience. And he was like, hey, you know, if you take a rope and you put it on a flat surface and you wiggle it back and forth, it moves in kind of a wave. And that's exactly how it would move in space. And so that really got me thinking about this thing that a horizontal plane can cause objects to move in the same way that they would move in space. Then I spent all summer practicing zero-G movement in aerial harnesses and in pools and wind tunnels and float tanks to just try to see which thing gives me a little glimpse of this, which thing gives me a little glimpse of that. And I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna tie myself to the ceiling. I start spinning and I'm holding the balls and I start throwing the balls. They're rolling on the ground, and I hadn't thought totally about what it would be like to be the guy spinning and watching how the balls move. Even though they travel in a straight line when they're rolling on the ground, or when they're in space they would travel in a straight line, when you're spinning with it, they're traveling in these curves. It was this whole new challenge to tune in to how that curve was going to behave and to be able to expect how it was going to behave. The way to find out is to practice. I'm going to do this every single week, and I'm just going to find out what happens. At the end of 6 months, I was confident that there was something very beautiful here.
This is awesome.
that would be interesting for other people to see.
Space juggling, everybody.
So did he actually go into space?
He has not gone into space yet. So what he was on is what's called the vomit comet. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before.
Yeah,
but
I've seen it in
twice
Jackass.
as effective as minoxidil. How do you identify?
Jackass.
Twice as effective as minoxidil.
Holy mackerel.
He's good at What the?
What? Space juggling is twice as effective. What? But wait, Adam doesn't have any hair. Wait, no, I don't know about this. So the tie-in is this. So I met Adam long time ago, and oddly enough, he is a prop person. I mean, he's doing space juggling, and he is one of the very few people that actually learned vertical spins. So obviously, I have balls around me, but it's finding them, and I've got to find 2 of the same size. Never mind, I'll find them later. Whatever. I've got about 1 million balls within arm's reach, but they're all the wrong size, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is
people
spinning.
on the podcast. There's a bunch of people all around them.
Yes, exactly. So this is spinning right here. This is just basic, ordinary spinning. Now, I did a fancy, and I think I told this story on the show a couple weeks ago. I used to do a routine. I was really super cocky because when you're a performer, you kind of have that. You got to have that bravado.
Of course.
So I would be like, I can spin them together. I can spin them apart. Both hands, both directions. And somebody from the back of the crowd goes upside down. What? My brain just went clink. So I learned how to do the upside down spin. It took me 6 months to learn how to do it. It was very complicated because nobody could teach it to me or anything like that. And literally the first person I showed went, what are you actually doing? Because this is me doing it upside down. You can't see the freaking balls. It's so ridiculous. It's the dumbest trick ever. Don't learn it. Although I have to admit, upside down led to vertical. So now, and the problem with these is my hands can't quite do this size. So vertical being like this. So I spin them like this now. I can take two that are of a smaller size and spin them like this. And Adam is one of the few people, and I think I got mad at him too, and it's time served. Literally, he picked it up in like 3 days. But then again, well, no. Two things. First of all, I'm a slow learner, and I did show him some stuff. But secondly, he's got skills, dude. I'm level 4, he's level 450. He's won multiple awards for he uses something called a flower stick, which is basically you have a stick in the middle and then you have two what are called tap sticks, and you tap between.
Yes, I've seen those. Yep.
He's a national champion. And he's also like a PhD in physics, and now he does space juggling. So that's where I know him from.
You said he made video games too?
Does he make video games? No, he just
Who was the guy that you said made video games?
James Ernest. So James Ernest taught me how to contact juggle, and I hadn't met Adam until like 10-15 years later. So and I will tell you, almost everybody that does prop manipulation, like they're jugglers or contact jugglers or flow artists, they do hoop. They almost always have these cool other things they do, if that makes any sense. And so that is the situation. Speaking of which, Michael Glenn, who is the person that does something called Sphere Play, and we worked on a project together, he owns a company called Noteworthy Chocolates. And what they do is they will actually laser engrave chocolate with whatever you want that's on top of the chocolate. And so, like, if you need something for a wedding or anything like that, we got it for a graduation present. But yeah, these are all the friends that I have from the prop community.
You should contact them and see if they have any like ads or anything like that, and we'll do ads on the show.
Sounds great. Friends of the show. Yeah. So if you're a friend of the show, just get us this stuff, and I am going to hit. Oh my God, these guys are amazing, because I don't think I've seen this one yet. Give me a second to get it over here.
I haven't looked at our show notes all the way.
Oh. Okay, well, this one, I dig it. I'll show you what it says, because... Uh-oh. So this one didn't come up. It was a Fruitlab post. It says, oh my God, these guys are amazing. And then it's here, but it's gone. So I have a feeling they either took it down or...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they probably took it down. But again, big thanks to Roadkiller. Just huge thanks.
Yes.
Since we've been going on and on and on and on and on and on, I want to do this. Hey, Professor, what part of the show are we at?
Sports?
What? We don't do sports here on the TP. Wait, did you read that right? Check the copy.
Yeah, it says sports. Yeah.
Okay, so live and direct, we've got sports.
Yeah. You just gotta watch it.
Yeah, let's watch this, and then we'll understand, I think.
I didn't even know we were doing sports.
I know. So cool. I threw it in there, and you didn't even see it, and I'm sure that it's going to throw you. So this is a Dave Mortz tie-in. Have you heard about The Runner with performance-enhancing weed?
No, I thought you were going to say Dave Mortz has, like, this sport that he's doing, how many whatever I could smoke at, like, one time. and it's a sport now.
That would be amazing. I would sign up for that. That would be like that would be a challenge.
How high can I actually get and still take care of kids?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know.
Wait,
I'm gonna try.
I got it. Sorry, Dave, for this. How high can I actually get and still find the TP show interesting?
Exactly. This show sucks now. I'm too high. I gotta be less high.
Oh man. Dave, I'm sorry, Dave.
No, it's true. I mean, our show is pretty boring when you're that high. Let's be honest. I mean, I'd much rather play a FruitLabs game or something. Yes. So, I can't say her name. Shikari Richardson. I probably brutalized it. I don't know,
but that's pretty cool. Shikari sounds awesome.
It does. She is the fastest runner. She literally blew the socks off of everybody in the competition. Like, they say that she was running so fast, people were like, why is anybody even in this competition? And she had her medal stripped because, wait for it, she was in Oregon. She got high after a race because she needed to like reduce her anxiety. Her anxiety was through the roof. It was legal at the time. And honestly, let's think about this. Performance-enhancing drugs like testosterone make your body bigger. Weed makes you slower. When you're a runner, if you're smoking weed, like, I understand why they put this rule into effect. Do you know why they put the no weed smoking into effect, by the way? It's a winter sport. It's a winter sport. I'll give you that hint.
I don't know. I think it would be your performance time and everything would be slower than what average it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're smoking weed. Yeah, I totally am on the same page.
Or like you smoke or have an edible and then you're running and then halfway through you're like,
you turn.
Was that
and you see something. You're like, hey, what's that guy up in the stands doing?
Yeah, so someone's flashing me. Like,
so I guess it was like 10 or 15 years ago, snowboarders were getting really high and then doing their snowboard runs.
What?
Shocking.
Yeah, of course.
Shocking.
Like, yeah, and that's why what the X Games is.
Right. Well, no. This was the Olympics. Like, snowboarding got into the Olympics, and they got really high.
Yeah.
And so that's why weed is illegal in the Olympics, because apparently it makes you a better snowboarder. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying. Like, so she basically got busted for weed, and the 3 words she says is, I am human. Which is the God's honest truth, man. Like, if you have anxiety and weed helps you with your anxiety and you're in a place where it's legal, because there are places that it's legal, and you do it, I have a problem with people being like, oh, you did drugs and you got to have your medals taken away.
It's not like she was doing the blood baking thing where you go up to a high altitude and they draw your blood and then you go into a,
And let's be honest, did they even strip Lance of any of his medals or anything? Because Lance Armstrong got busted, finally.
Yes.
After decades of, like, there was this one dude, and I forget that guy's name.
Sad. Like, I just, that reminded me, like, Sheryl Crow left him. Like,
it's true. It's true. And they both had cancer. They both have cancer. Yeah. They had cancer at the same time. It's so true. That's so funny. Sheryl Crow has come up a lot this week. And if my partner sees this, she's going to come running in and tell me the city that Sheryl Crow is from, because we just recently found out. I think it's, that's what it is. I think it's Kennett, Missouri.
Kennett?
Which I find funny because I used to work at the Acme in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. So,
interesting.
Yeah, if you're from Philly, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not from Philly, you're like, what? So the name of the store, it's actually owned by another company now, but it's ACME. And if you ever watch any Looney Tunes, that's where they get all their stuff from.
Right.
And so basically people that are from outside the area are like, can you buy like explosives there? It's like, no.
Sure, yes. A coyote's going to sell them to you.
Exactly. And a trap, too.
Yeah.
And so the funny thing about Acme is that when you're from Philly, a lot of people don't call it Acme. For whatever reason, they add, like, extra syllables to it. So it's the Acme. I'm going to go over to the Acme. Like,
Acme.
What? But it's a thing.
No,
and
I get it because I have relatives in Arkansas, and they live in El Dorado. And they call it Eldorator. So I understand.
That's funny, by the way. But yeah, I had to put it on the show because it was a Dave Mort's tie-in, and honestly, like seriously, she's actually hampering herself. How much faster would she have beat everybody if she hadn't smoked the weed? Let's be honest.
Which reminds me of that. What is his name on The Boys? That dude that runs fast. Freight Train or something like that?
Yeah. Freight Train. And it's funny that you say that because there's an Animatrix. So I'm a huge Matrix fan. For anybody out there, if you ever want to get me something, I love Matrix. And Matrix 4 is coming out.
Our page on Fruitlabs, did you see the background's of Matrix? Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Fruitlabs is all that we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
it's going to tie in everywhere.
Welcome to the new show. TikTok's out. Fruitlabs is in. We'll still talk about TikTok every now and again. With the Matrix, there's Matrix 1, 2, and 3. There's the video game, which goes between 2 and 3, the movies 2 and 3.
Which was awesome, yes.
And then they have something called the Animatrix. And Animatrix, what they did was they took the Matrix universe, the entire thing, and they handed it to anime artists and said, make us stories. And they did. And one of them is about a runner. Awesome. And the way that it's so funny, he's in the Matrix, but he's such a good runner that he literally breaks out of the Matrix because his body basically moves beyond reality, which is a fake reality, and into the real reality. And it messes up all of the agents. The agents just are like, because they're like, oh, we've got him. We've broken all his legs. He can't move. Yep. And he's sitting in the wheelchair going, this ain't real. And he gets up and runs away. And he gets out of the Matrix. So it is time for another segment.
Because this show is so spontaneous, we just thought of a game show, and this new segment I like to call I Just Thought of a Game Show, no joke, like right now.
What's our
all these surprises?
Yeah. What's our newest? Here's the game. What's our newest favorite social media? If you can guess, put it in the comments. We're not going to tell you.
Yes. And we'll throw 500 pips at you.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much
it. And if you're not a member of that site, we'll still throw it at you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You know, the only button I don't see on here is the one that I was just trying to use because we've got a whole thing coming up. I don't want to say it, so let me see if I can pull it up the hard way. Not that anything on this show's been easy this week or any week. That's what I love about our show. Nothing's easy.
No, but it makes for great content because this is the stuff that gets cut out and we use most of it.
It's true. It's true. I don't think I mapped this button, so let me cut across to it and...
There you go.
You wanted video game reviews? Well, you got it, baby. Now is that time in the show where we bring you a video game review with a segment I like to call Video Game Review.
Yes.
Yes. I love the name she has for stuff. It's called Video Game Review. Good thing we paid her a lot of money to make these segments, because I would hate for anybody to think that we didn't pay a lot of money for that.
We paid her a lot of pip.
A lot of pip. Whole lot of pip. Whole lot of pip.
Yep.
I wonder if we can pay Roadkiller in pip. Probably not. And we don't have enough anyway. Guy needs to be paid in real money because he's worth every penny. So
I agree.
So this is one that I threw up there.
Okay.
I was blown away by this. As you know, I have a love of retro tech. Those are what are called CRTs. This is a flat panel, CRT, flat panel. CRTs as a whole are an abandoned... nobody has CRTs anymore. Like this is like if you go to Walmart and you ask the guy, hey, can I have a CRT? He will literally look at you and go, is that a couch? I think we have a CRT over in the couch section.
They'd be like, where's this HDMI input go?
Exactly. Exactly.
Where?
So a CRT is straight up analog. There's nothing technology forward about it. Like everything today is digital and everything in CRT land is analog. Well, a lot of modern gamers are also retro gamers. So they have these screens that are able to do high-end things that a modern screen just can't do. And the reason a modern screen can't do it is because digitals is literally ones and zeros, and analog is just a wave. And that wave just keeps coming. And the ones and zeros have to go through really fast in order to get the same kind of quality. So they took a high-end gaming monitor or CRT monitor, and they took like a PlayStation 5 and hooked it up to it. Now, this can't do 4K. It can't do anything fancy, but what it can do is it's got like no lag time, and it can do a refresh rate of like 240 hertz, which is double what an average, actually it's quadruple what an average screen can do and double what a gaming monitor can do. And these guys' heads, they just exploded. So I, of course, went on the internet, and this is where the game comes in, by the way. The game is, can you guess how much the monitor costs if you want to buy it now? It's a specific Sony monitor. It's the PGM 900 or something. They mention it in this. There it is, FW 900. It's a Sony Trinitron.
Okay.
Super high-end monitor. Any guesses what it costs, if you can find it, on the used market?
On the used market.
Yeah,
I am
eBay.
going to. Okay, yeah. I am going to say $10,000.
Oh, that is an excellent guess. You can pick it up for the low price of $4,000 if you can find it. If you can find it.
I would see. What size screen is it?
It is not very big.
Oh,
and
well,
it weighs
I should have started with that.
Lot. Well, no. I think it is 32 inches, and I think it weighs 200 pounds. So let me look up the specs on this thing. Because when I saw it, I was like, I think I had a monitor similar to that back in the day. And of course, everybody got rid of those because you don't want it anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sony Trinitron. It's a 16:10 monitor. Most monitors these days are 16:9. And it is 22.5 viewable inches. But wait for the weight. The weight is what'll kill you. Literally. Don't let it fall on you. 92.59 pounds. 92 pounds.
That's more than my desk could handle on top of it. So, yeah. Did you just drop that in that? Did you just drop that in there?
Oh yeah. And then I sucked off the whiskey because I don't need whiskey in my ear. 92 pounds, Professor. For a monitor.
Yeah, my desk literally, I think, is like a 45-pound weight limit on top.
Yeah,
so
you put it down.
That would kill it.
Yeah,
that would kill it.
And honestly, though, like, you've got to be like super hardcore into video gaming to pay $3,000 for a 24-inch monitor that weighs 100 pounds, and you're going to have to ship it. I think the shipping cost by most people was like $500 or $600 if you wanted to ship it minimum.
Oh,
like
wow.
I saw some that were like $700 for shipping. Now pickup's free, but you got to drive to like Idaho or something. I love it when people take things,
you know what?
and they jam them together, and you're like, that doesn't seem like it would mix.
I would love for one of those like drones from Amazon to deliver that to me. Like,
you know that it would arrive broken. You know that it would arrive broken. Period. There is 0% chance that thing doesn't get destroyed in the process. Zero. Nada and none. Speaking of which, that ad at the top of the screen was A Quiet Place 2.
I've seen it.
And it is coming to Paramount Plus, I hear. So I was really blown away by that.
It was really good. It was really freaking good.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear because I want to see that movie so bad. And
so have you seen the first one?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm not ruining anything for you.
Yes.
It literally will show you how, like, hours before the aliens come down.
I've heard that it is a prequel and a sequel wrapped into one. Meaning that they show you, and you're not ruining it for me because I've seen the ad. And in the ad, they show a character that died in the first movie. Like,
right, yeah, 100%, yeah.
So you're like, wait, how's he even in this movie? So unless you can figure out, like, and they do tell you. I've seen enough of it, but I'm super excited. For anybody who hasn't seen A Quiet Place, it is definitely worth the watch.
So I saw it in the movie theater, and I was literally like, I think there was another 2 people together, and literally, if you're crunching popcorn, everybody's like, "Shh, they're coming!
They're gonna get you!
Stop!" Like,
okay, so that reminds me of a friend of mine and I went to see Blair Witch, and we went to like the midnight showing.
Yeah,
which was a mistake.
Yep.
Because as soon as we parked all the way across the parking lot right next to the trees, because we didn't want to be too close to the building. We parked all the way in New Jersey, and so we walked out of the building after the movie, and we're like, I don't want to go to the car.
Next week we'll review the Blair Witch video game. So
very cool. Very cool.
It is awesome.
Oh, really?
And
that's unexpected.
It tells you, oh no, it is a full immersion experience. It tells you to play the game with headphones, and you literally hear crap behind you and all around you, and it is scary. It is awesome. But that we'll save that for next week.
That's next week. So make sure to like, subscribe, and tune in. And I'll have to put the link
follow us on Fruitlab.
And follow us on Fruitlab, because we both.
I know what we're doing next. So
yes.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me press play.
How is it that you're never scared?
Who says that I'm not?
What are you scared of?
Everything. Like,
do I need to remind you what is out there?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that sort of shit's good for one thing. Getting you killed.
Naughty Dog.
I need something smuggled out of the city.
Jesus Christ.
It's just cargo, Joel. How do you know them?
I just want some simple gear enough to set me on my way.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Yep.
Can't be any worse than in here. Can it?
God damn it! Fuck.
We're shitty people, Joel. It's been that way for a long time.
No, we are survivors.
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess!
What are you so afraid of?
You're treading on some mighty thin ice here.
What do we do?
You make every shot count.
You see, I believe everything happens for a reason.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
All right. So that's 2013.
Yes.
2013. And yes. I still was like, nope, I'm an Xbox person. This thing came out.
Right.
And like this game and Uncharted were the only 2 games that I would ever buy a PlayStation for.
Makes sense.
I can't stress enough
how good
how
it is.
Awesome this game is.
Yes.
Like it's one of those things where you are literally that person playing the game. Look at this Hulu ad.
Yeah, no doubt. Wait, did we just jump into an OnlyFans section? What's going on here, buddy?
We did.
Holy mackerel.
All right, now we're gonna jump ahead. Like I'm not gonna ruin story for anybody, but it is like The Walking Dead in a video game, and Walking Dead games aren't all that great. And this thing is immersive and it's awesome, and you are the lead character, whatever you are.
See, I like Resident Evil games, especially the rail ones. I guess they're called rail shooters. Because I'm lazy.
There's a lot of controversy with this second one, and it split a whole bunch of people up. And I was really divided in this game. I so wanted to kill this person.
Now, did you play both of these games? And if so, how? Did you rent a PlayStation?
All the way through.
On Xbox eventually?
Girlfriend.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
At PlayStation.
Yep. Oh yeah, we got one at our house. So seriously.
And there was things that were, I don't want to ruin it for people, but there was deaths in part 2 that tore me up.
Yeah. So the only reason I'm picking up the kitten, besides I want a lot of cute factor, is because I will step on it by accident. This guy is so tiny, and he's huge now. When we got him, he was just a little tiny ball. So kitten, go. He's climbing all over the studio.
In the background, you need to have one of those like cat climbing things, so you can just like climb in it.
Well, the problem is he'll jump on my head.
that would make good TV.
That's true. Let me see if I can find this picture. I gotta find a picture. He's back again. He's gonna climb some more. Seriously? No, don't go.
We're talking through this trailer, but she's just singing anyways.
Right, exactly. Hasn't gotten any action.
So, part 2.
Cause I know
there's
I'll kill my
the
enemies.
Yes.
When they come.
You play as the enemy.
Oh
You play as the freaking enemy.
Oh no.
The enemy that went through and killed really important people in part 1.
Oh no.
You're that freaking person, and you have to play missions as that person. And I like stopped for a long time playing because I'm like, I don't want to help this person. She just killed people that I care about. And the story gets so involved where it's like, oh, I understand. If I just push through and play it, I understand.
Right.
And now I like the enemy, but I still want to kill the enemy because what happened? And it's a big back and forth battle, and it's a great game. Any game that can make you feel and you have feelings and you're like, it pisses you off and then you love it and then you keep on wanting to play. That's a great game. I don't care what console it's on or anything.
1,000%. I agree 1,000%. The emotional factor is what it comes down to.
Yes.
Like if you get emotionally invested, like I play a lot of first-person shooters, and you don't really get emotionally invested in sniping. You know what I mean? You get invested in the sniping, but you don't get invested in the characters or any of that stuff. So a game like this one, because I've heard a lot about this game. Everybody talks about how they're just ripped apart emotionally.
It is so, yeah. But it's really good. And if you guys play the first one, you have to play the second one. And it is just, like I said, there's one franchise, actually 2 franchises that I would buy a PlayStation for. And they're both made by Naughty Dog.
That's
Uncharted and
that's even funnier.
The Last of Us. So
it's funny that you should say that, because my partner's son, I literally just set up his entire PlayStation rig today.
Is it a PlayStation 5?
He has all of them except for the 5. So I set up the 1, 2, 3, 4, and we don't have the 5 yet. And the 5, unfortunately, is impossibly difficult to get. I mean, you can get them if you've got bank. You don't got bank. This is what we talked about last week. You're like, I got my Xbox for $299. And I was like, F you.
I did.
F you. No. The only reason I say that way is because they're not selling for that right now. They're selling for way more. Oh, seriously, Cat? So the problem is that the cat keeps going into uncharted areas in the micro studio where literally it's going to be lost. And I'm going to have to like unearth like the entire world. So I'm holding the cat, trying to control the show.
Yeah, no,
and
that's cool.
I wanted to show you the picture though. That's me right there, and the cat's new favorite spot to be is right in my beard. Like it walks up and it like wiggles into my beard and is like, "Oh, this is my new favorite spot." Come on, kitten. The best and worst part of the show is the kitten. And I'm just trying to protect the cat, everybody. Just so you know, like. I don't want the cat getting trapped underneath something and something falling on it.
Or
it's so
it
tiny.
like bites a cord or something like that.
Oh yeah, that. Oh man, yeah. Oh man, I would. Yeah.
So the Last of Us. Yes. HBO is making a TV show.
What?
And
that's what we're just about to watch.
I think it's casted great. And here's an actual fake trailer that someone put together. Of that because it's so new. It's so new. They're just in pre-production, so they have nothing.
Right.
But this, I found this and I was like, oh my God, if it's even remotely this
like
great.
this. Yep.
Yeah. And
So
you'll recognize people because you watch Game of Thrones.
Yes,
so you'll
and
recognize
I see Pedro Pascal's name, and I'll say who that is as soon as we're done.
He's not a famous painter, even though his name sounds like it.
It's so true. And this is a fake trailer?
The fake trailer. That looks freaking fantastic.
If you hadn't told me it was fake, I wouldn't have known. So good.
I got the new baby now.
Getting chills, dude. Getting chills.
Right. I might actually have to like unsubscribe from a streaming service and
get
do
HBO Max
for this. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get HBO Max for Matrix 4. And just
100%.
Side note, I'll tell you in a minute. That is an amazing fake trailer.
That was an awesome, fantastic trailer.
Okay,
and
so
then I think the last
have
thing is just
I don't have the correct mask, but this is this is the wrong mask. But this is my Pedro Pascal impersonation. Do you get it? Do you know what I'm doing?
No, I've never seen Game of Thrones.
He's not on Game of Thrones. Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian.
Oh, yes. The little girl is the one that's on Game of Thrones.
Yes. And that's why I said that.
And he is the Mandalorian guy. Yes.
And that's the thing. That's what I said. I have the wrong mask. I need the right mask. We don't even need...
The only reason why I want to watch this is because this guy says... And we even need to watch this next thing, but he was like casting wise.
Yeah.
One of the villains for the first game, he wanted Andrew Lincoln, which is Rick Grimes, as the bad guy.
Oh, gotcha.
For this. Because they haven't even mentioned casting yet. Like they're so pre-production, they're writing it.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, when you say, it's so funny because when you say Lincoln, there's two different characters that pop to mind, and the one that always pops to mind first is a character from The 100. There's a character in The 100 called Lincoln, and he is one of my favorite characters of all times. And his spoiler alert, if you've never watched The 100, Lincoln gets killed, and in the most horrific way ever, period, possible. I just hated it, despised it. But what I was going to say, we were talking about Lincoln. We were talking about something else. Mandalorian.
Andrew Lincoln, and you said there was two Lincolns that come to mind.
Yeah. The other Lincoln I can't remember. So,
Abraham Lincoln, like
Johnny
Vampire
Lincoln.
Hunter, Demon.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Actually, it was an HBO Max thing. So I highly recommend everybody get HBO Max if you're in the United States, because you get Studio Ghibli films, which are Spirited Away.
Oh, yes, you do.
Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Poco Rosso, and I could go on and on and on. There are 2 or 3 Studio Ghibli films that just depressing. Like no. But one of my favorites is My Neighbor Totoro. It's a great one. But when My Neighbor Totoro came out, it was a double feature with a movie called Grave of Fireflies. How they put those two films together, I don't know. Because Grave of Fireflies is about kids and Hiroshima. That's all I need to say. That's all I have to say. And then they have Totoro, which is like the most amazing character ever. But but that's one of my least favorite Studio Ghibli films by far. And that is, if you're in the UK, from what I've been told, Netflix has Studio Ghibli films. But here in the United States, you need HBO Max. So if you didn't want all of the great movies, like Wonder Woman 84, WW84 came out on HBO Max. Actually, all of those films came out this year because of the pandemic. And that's why Matrix is coming out same day on
See,
HBO Max.
I would get it for The Matrix and The Last of Us.
Yeah,
but I'm not a DC.
Not a huge DC fan either. I'm more of a Marvel fan. That's why I'm a big fan of Disney Plus.
So when Ben Affleck did Batman, that's when all my DC love went away.
Nah, I agree. And Batman versus Superman, the only thing that saved that movie for me, and it still didn't save it. I give it like 1.5 stars. But the half star was Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman shows up. I'm like, why wasn't she in the entire film? She was the best part.
I will tell you my experience with that movie. I rented it from some streaming service. I don't remember where, or it might have even been like
my money back.
A Redbox. Yeah. And I fell asleep like right after Batman actually had a gun and started killing people with it, because that's not Batman.
Right.
And then I laughed my butt off when someone hit him and he couldn't go, I'm Batman. He was like, oh, my microphone doesn't work, so I can't disguise my voice. Oh my God. Like, what's going on? So I fell asleep. I tuned out. And then I woke up and I saw Wonder Woman and I'm like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
So a couple years later, I watched the movie again. Same exact freaking thing happened. I fell asleep through it. Like the same exact parts. And I was
that's
like,
so funny.
I'm just done. I'm done.
So I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and we went to like Harry Potter 5 or 6. I don't remember which one, but we went to a midnight showing, and like I worked all day and I was exhausted, and my partner and I went and we fell asleep. So I totally get it. Like, but yeah, not a great film. And the other one that here at the house that we went and we saw. So my partner, son, and I, we go to the movies because, like, for action films, because she's not really into action films per se. So we go see the Marvel movies, and we went to see Marvel Infinity Wars, I think it was. It's the one right before Endgame, where everybody dies. He and I both walked out like, worst movie ever. That movie sucked. Because everybody dies. It's spoiler alert. Like, Thanos comes along, and Thanos is half the people.
Right. So that's. I love that movie.
Really? Well, I've watched it a lot actually because I'm intrigued by it.
Feel. I'm one of those people that are like, if I come across with like feelings, no matter what the emotions is, they done their job. Like the movie makers
I get it.
done their job.
No, I totally okay, that makes perfect sense to me actually.
Because it ripped me apart on like everybody that I've watched for years, that I have experienced with my son. Like one of his first movies.
It's time to help people
was like
and save.
Was a Marvel movie. Right. It was like Captain America when he was versing Iron Man. And I remember having the experience going, like, getting pizza before, taking him to the movies. And he's just and he said one of the most like prolific things that I've ever heard him say. He was like, Dad, there wouldn't have been a movie if they just hugged it out. And I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's so funny.
He's like, they're friends. They're like family. Why can't they just hug it out?
Yeah, but they can't.
And I've had those experiences, and then like the characters, seeing them die, I'm like, you became part of my memories of like my son, and now you're dead. Like, my God.
Yeah, it's intense.
It was just. Yeah.
So I apologize for anybody that's not a kitten lover, but literally the cat has a one-track mind. It literally has gone to the same place 4 times that I'm like, it's going to get trapped and die. And that's not going to work for me. So, I skipped the next trailer because you were talking about.
Yep. I'm up for whatever. It's like 9:55. So I'm up for whatever you want to do.
Cats have claws, everybody.
They do.
Got me. So for anybody out there, we're gonna do one more game thing because I wasn't sure if you had ever seen these kind of games before.
I know exactly what we're. Yep.
There's a Japanese style of game, and I'm just gonna let the cat get lost. I'm gonna literally spend 5 hours after the show trying to get the cat out of wherever the cat's gonna go. But that's the way cats are.
Pointless top 5.
So this is bullet hell games.
This after drinking a bit.
Japanese bullet hell
games are fun. There's lots of shit to dodge, and you have yourself a good time. And there's a lot of them, so we can put them into a list. And why wouldn't we put these into a list? Because
why wouldn't we make a list out of
get
these?
a lot of money. So
I
let's
agree.
do that
Does
now.
Contra make the list?
Number 5. Tower of Guns
should.
is a nice game by a nice dude named Joe Mirabello.
Okay, no, this isn't.
Where you play
this
as a
isn't
dude
a normal
who has
bullet
a
hell
gun
game.
in a
I mean,
tower
it
with
is,
a lot
but
of guns.
okay.
And also
that's
the tower
not
itself might
okay.
be a gun. I'm
No,
not quite sure.
look at how much crap's coming at you. That's why it's called bullet hell.
No.
There are a lot of
Yes.
bullets, so there's obviously bullets everywhere. But it's
this is a 3D
3D,
game.
so you don't
Most
have to,
bullet
strafe
hell
in one
games that I'm
direction, you
talking
gotta
about
strafe in all directions.
are sideways scrollers.
I personally had a lot of fun with this. I played the crap out of this. I put it on this list because more people should buy it. Oh, by the way, there's a sequel coming out. That's nice. Number 4. Devil Daggers is a cool game made by some dude, or maybe it's a girl. I don't know. I didn't look it up. Where rather than dodging
I love this guy.
bullets, you're
This guy's
dodging
classic.
thousands of hellspawn, and everything's crazy, and it's considered impressive.
It reminds me of Doom.
It does. I was about to say.
This game
I
has
can't
much
play Doom
international
because
renown
it's
and
just
lots of
too
popularity. There's a
much
small
for me.
but very
It
dedicated
stresses
overwhelming?
me out.
That's
Oh, really?
entirely
yeah, it
the
stresses me out.
sounds? Is it the sounds
No.
or is it the game?
It's a.
I think it's a,
Hey,
like,
I just destroyed this
15
guy,
minutes now, which
but there's
you can watch these
1,000 more of
videos.
them
It's
coming
absolutely
after me, and I can't
bonkers.
stop.
This game
I
is
can't
cheap,
put
but
down my
it's
controller.
definitely worth owning if you
No,
just
I
need
totally
something
get
to,
it.
like,
I
put
totally
you
and
against
completely
now
get
and
it.
again when you think
Number 3.
Undertale is a pretty cool game made by an okay dude named
this
Toby
guy's bullet
Fox,
hell list
where
is
you
kind of
play
driving me
as a
crazy because there's a specific game genre I'm trying to find.
I
Or a
don't know
specific
what this
thinking,
thing is. And
because
you
now I
kinda
know what
walk
bullet
around
hell
killing
games
everybody
is.
or making
Yes.
friends
I
with
like
everybody,
Contra.
which is a nice
Like,
alternative
for sure.
from just having the option to kill everybody. And before you all get really upset and start posting your frogs that were once stoner symbols, but then became symbols of Forever Alone, and then
So
became
funny.
nationalist symbols, I don't know. If you separate this game from the rabid fan base that got cultivated
How
on
is this a
certain
bullet hell
sites that are
game?
known
Like,
for
I'm watching
cultivating
it.
rabid fan bases, and
I don't know.
I can't openly
I'm confused
that's,
by his.
that's like that
cartoon shows
bird
on my
game.
channel.
Yeah, no,
you
I
just have to,
totally the
yeah.
first two games, even though they're not
Welcome to
okay.
the bullet
So
hell game, where
let me
each
pause this dude real
individual
quick.
enemy in boss
So a
battle has its
classic
own-
bullet hell game is Contra. You're absolutely correct. It's like
Okay,
tons of crap coming
yeah.
at you. Now they didn't call it bullet hell during the Contra era. They just called it "This game sucks, dude." That's what they called it.
Can you find a Contra speedrun?
Oh yeah, let me find one of those. And at the same time, I found the one that I was looking for. So let me throw this one on the screen because this Undertale. As soon as he put Undertale on the screen, I'm like, whatever, dude. What are you trying to clickbait me?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
What are you trying to clickbait me, man? So we'll
He's
go like that.
This game that only 2 people have ever played.
Right.
From
I
a
have never
maker
heard
that
of this
could be
game
a
before,
woman, that
and
could be a female.
it could have been a dude
I don't
or a
know.
chick that made it.
I don't know their pronoun. I didn't check their status.
So while this plays, I'll find Contra speedrun.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yes.
Ah. No,
That's
I can't
bullet
do
hell.
these.
That's what I was trying to tell
cannot,
you.
no.
Like, holy bejesus, man.
That reminds me of Asteroid too. Asteroid was a lot like that, but instead of bullets, it's asteroids.
Yeah, just flying at you, and they get more and more and more. But yeah,
Then you're
bullet
just like,
hell
no!
games. Yeah,
Look at that! No!
You were asking me before the show,
No.
like, what exactly is a bullet hell game? And I was like, imagine an epileptic seizure on screen that you have to dodge and avoid. That's the way that I describe
I would
bullet
have
hell
already
games.
spent like $5 on this game at an arcade.
Yeah, dude, no doubt. And I didn't even get off the first screen. Like, so this is a classic bullet hell game, straight out of
there are
Japan.
a lot of bullet hell shooters in my personal library, and when I get that hankering for a bullet dodging affair, I really don't have to look too far till I find just the right experience.
Isn't
to
that
fit my
insane?
mood. And even though there's this wealth of shooters at my fingertips, I keep coming back
I
to
like
one
the way
title
that
in
most
particular.
of them that he's
Developed by
or all of them that we
Kei,
saw were
released
flying
its
games.
almost fetishistic
Some
love
kind.
for insects onto
And that's the
Japanese
thing, like,
arcades in
this,
2000.
that's what I was trying to say was,
ported to the PlayStation
most
2.
bullet hell games
While
are
this game has
sideways
had many
scrollers this way
updates
or vertical
released on
scrollers.
everything
They're
from
not, that guy
iOS
was in
and
3D
PC to
games and then he
Xbox
threw an
360.
Undertale, and I'm
There's
like,
two
what are you
versions of
doing,
what we'll be
dude?
checking out
Like,
today.
but look at that
first,
insanity.
for those
Like,
of
he's
you
not
who
even
are
on a
familiar
big
with
level
the
yet.
Danmaku
He's on
genre,
like the
Kei
entry
is to
level.
shooters what Squaresoft used to be for RPGs.
Like the credits haven't even showed up yet.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't even know. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, I don't know how somebody plays a game like that. That's kind of why I brought it up. I was like, have you ever played bullet hell games? But you're right. Contra is oh my gosh.
Yes.
One
Up,
of the
down,
hardest
down,
games
left,
of
right,
all
left,
time.
right. BA start.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
BA start? I didn't know that was the
Up, down,
Up,
left,
down.
right, BA,
Yes.
BA start.
And that gets you into the
infinite
secret
life.
menu, right? That gets you like,
Yeah.
and that
infinite
was a
ammo
developer cheat code that they use
Yeah.
for almost every game because developers are lazy and don't want to come up with new cheat codes.
So
And it's not
the cool
technically
thing
a cheat
about-
code, it's a developer code. Go ahead.
Right. The cool thing about Contra is once you get past this side scroller, it changes. When you go into tunnels, you're now looking behind the person, and that was like the first game that you've ever did that with NES. Like,
oh yeah,
this game, yeah.
I couldn't even make it off the first screen of this game. I played this for like I played this for like 4 hours one day. My hand hurt, and I literally made it nowhere.
Yes. So you have to shoot that. Yes. But now watch. It goes into. I think it's this, after this.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into like a tunnel, and you're running straight up into the air almost.
What I find funny is, as a kid, what I find funny is, What I find funny is, as a kid, parents were like, "You can't make money doing that." And now, literally, parents are sending their kids to what are called game trainers. Oh my God! Do you know what the cat is doing right now? Look at the iPad. Look at the iPad.
Oh.
It's exactly what the professor said, to a T. I'm afraid that the cat's going to eat the cord.
Player 2 is red and player 2 is
red. I've seen Christmas Vacation so many times. You don't want to eat cords.
No,
you do not want to eat.
It is not a good thing.
Oh,
that's a good thing for the run.
This brings back so many memories.
Basically, your entire life wasted. Not wasted, but you know what I'm saying.
No. And like, honestly, I would
really.
I don't think I got much past what he's doing, and this dude is fantastic at it, and he's so calm.
Right.
As a kid, I was like,
I was furious.
I don't care if I have infinite lives on this and infinite ammo. I can't freaking pass this level.
No, it's hard, man. Like this was the very first. I remember people telling me about Contra, and they were just like the hardest game I've ever played. Period.
Right.
Just and yes, there are harder games now. Like Super Meat Boy always comes to mind when I think of games like this. But Super Meat Boy is like 3 decades later or whatever.
I mean, look how, like, right now, what would you call this game? Because it just went through like 3 different genres of video games.
Yes, it did. Basically, it was the first. That's a 3D style, like when he was going this way. That's because there were vector-based games that did that.
This dude, I can never freaking pass. This was the dude.
And this guy's going to get it done in like 7 seconds. Done.
Right, and I was super obsessed with alien movies, so this game was like right up there for me.
Totally get that. Totally and completely get that.
How you doing?
Viewers and podcasters, we're watching a lot of video content because guess what? We're on Fruitlabs. And guess what 99% of that content is stuff that we like, video games.
Video games.
So you guys are going to learn something as we relive our past video game experiences.
It's the God's honest truth. It is the God's honest truth. So I am going to play this one.
This is my favorite segment of the show. Do you like gadgets? Do you like Raspberry Pi? Do you like knowing what's going on in the world of tech? Well then
I prefer my Raspberry Pi with some whipped cream and maybe ice cream on the side.
Ice cream on the side. I dig it.
Whoa.
I had to cover this because this made me laugh my ass off.
Okay. I'm not going to read anything, and I just want to what this looks like.
Okay.
Does he have solar panels on his leg?
He's a bike rider, and how he charges his power pack on his bike is he puts solar panels on his legs. I swear to Christ, that is the best one I've heard. That is, it's true though. That's exactly what it looks like. Like if you were to say, "This is my design for a solar farm. This is how it's going to look," I'd be like, "Dude, that totally looks great."
Yeah.
No, I saw this one and I could not stop laughing. So this smuggler into China coming from Hong Kong, if I read the article correctly, and the name of where he's coming from too, I also wanted to say because I love the name.
Okay.
He strapped 256 processors to his body.
Oh my God, that's what those are. Okay.
Yes, he took 256 10th generation. Oh no, total of 304. He took them from, wait for it, Hong Kong to Macau border. He went from Hong Kong to Macau, and he was busted. So he had all 304 taped to his body.
So let me guess. These are the chips that the car manufacturers here need to run their cars?
That would have hurt. That was whiskey. That would have hurt. So for anybody that doesn't know, if you buy a brand new car, they will sell it to you, and then they will deliver it when the chip arrives. Because apparently there is one chip that the whole car needs that nobody has. Welcome to modern America. No, these are actually Intel high-end, like 10th gen processors. I don't think computers. I don't think they have
Ashley
those
joined us in the chat, by the way.
Oh, that's
Hi,
awesome.
Ashley.
Well, hello, Ashley.
If you go to and become our friends on Fruitlabs, we will throw some pip money at you.
We will. We will. And I am TikTok Tick. You are Professor 340.
Professor.
And then we also have
the TP show is the TP show.
And there you have it.
So if you join, just let us know, and we will throw some of that Fruitlabs money at you.
Fruitlab money at you.
It's called pips.
So the other intro thing that we need is a TLDR, too long, didn't read. Because I didn't actually read this, but the headline just caught me. How to activate super, and then I'm not going to say the word, mode on your Amazon, not going to say the word, because I don't want to set off everybody's machines. But apparently there's a super mode. Have you heard of super mode?
No, but tell me about it, and then maybe next week I'll move Alexa here. And we can do it.
Okay, it's an Easter egg that references the famous Konami code, the cheat code that was popular with Konami games, which you just mentioned, which because of Contra.
I've done that.
Yes.
And it activates reactors. And then she's like, reactors are activating. And then it says reactors did not activate. Yes.
So you have indeed heard that. So, okay. I was hoping that you hadn't heard of that before. No, so tell everybody what the code is, just so they know, because you've already said it once.
Okay, oddly. I'll do it like this. Everybody, please turn up the volume wherever you're at. Alexa, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
Thank you, everyone. You're welcome. Oh, that's so funny. So the next one on the hit parade is quantum computing. And I don't know a lot about quantum computing. I just know that like electricity can only go so fast. And we're literally reaching the theoretical limit of how fast the electrons can go from point A to point B. And that's where quantum computers come in. They basically are like, if a transistor is like 1 goes this fast and 10 transistors go this fast, like quantum computers are like through the wall and down the street. That's how fast they are.
You know what I want to see now? I want to see Lawnmower Man set right now.
Yes, I totally am on the same page. And that led me to the question from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because that's what they're going to be using these quantum computers for, is answering questions like the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. And do you know the answer to that question, by the way, which is in the book? Spoiler alert. It's a number.
Bring a towel?
No, but that's a great answer, actually. No. So basically they in the book itself, if you haven't read the book, you're missing out. You should read it. They give a quantum style computer like this the question of the light, like answer the question of I want to get it right. The ultimate question of the life, the universe, and everything. And they give it like 100,000 years or some ridiculous amount of time. And at the end of it, they come back and they go, okay, what's the answer? And it goes 42. Now, what's interesting is when I was looking up this article, this article came up, which made me laugh my butt off, because this is also based in MIT. The answer to the life, the universe, and everything. Mathematical researcher Drew Sutherland helped solve decades-old sum of 3 cubes puzzle with help from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was like, what kind of weird world is this? Because I was looking up one article because I specifically was like, as soon as I saw quantum computers, I'm like, they're not going to use quantum computers to like do Excel spreadsheets. Like that's not what they're going to be designed for. They're going to be designed for like high-end, super crazy thought, like a question of the life, the universe, and everything. And so again, TLDR, and I need a little thing, beep. But the tie-in made me laugh. Yeah. With an answer for the most elusive number of all, 42. The number 42 is especially significant to fans of science fiction novelist Douglas Adams, who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because that number is the answer given by the supercomputer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Booker also wanted to know the answer to 42. That is, are there 3 cubes whose sum is 42? And then it gets into high-end math that you totally lost me. And again, I would have to probably ask Adam, who was on earlier in the show. He would probably be like, oh yeah, I totally get it. Because Adam's smart like that. I am not.
Yeah, he was like, to correct you, it's 42.3.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, so funny. So I do want to do a couple of things because we got to make sure to pay the bills.
Want to be a part of the show's history? We'll take home your official TP Show t-shirt, hoodie, or sweatshirt by visiting bonfire.com/store/TP Show. All proceeds will go to making this show better all around. You guys asked for it, so we gave it to you. The official Block the Mean People merchandise available at www.bonfire.com/store/TP Show. Mima approved.
Block the mean people.
Ooh, before we do anything else.
Yes.
Kirby is watching us on Twitch. And Kirby, I know you play video games. I know you stream on Twitch. I know you have YouTube stuff that you stream on. You need to join Fruitlabs.
Yes.
Join Fruitlabs.
Yes.
It will blow your mind how awesome that is. And if you do, let us know, and we will throw some Fruitlabs.
And that's for anybody that's watching the show. If you watch the show and you mention us and you follow us on what we're talking about, Fruitlabs, we'll throw you some pips because that's the way we is.
And we'll friend you, and we will converse with you, and we will hype you up as much as we can. Yes, Fruitlabs. Fruitlabs. Yes. Search it, and she's like, Fruitlabs, question mark? Yes, it is our favorite thing.
Yeah,
Kirby.
We've been on it for a week, and it's so much better than TikTok. Well, it's not better than TikTok per se, but it reminds me of old TikTok. Like it doesn't have the abilities that TikTok does to create content, but it reminds me of the old TikTok when you could make a friend and they didn't tell you to go F yourself because you're a bot or you're fake or whatever. I mean, TikTok's gotten very toxic.
Because Kirby joined a little late, can you bring up the TP show on Fruitlabs so she can see how many views we have for being on it just for a week?
We've been on 1 week. Wait for it, everybody. And we are at 222,684 views in 1 week.
See?
It's nuts. It's fruity. It's nutty fruitcake.
And then how much Fruitlab money do we have?
We have 152,563 pips, which translates to like $15 or something in a week.
Yes.
If I'm doing the math right, because math ain't my thing. And the thing is, we haven't done anything out of the ordinary. What we've done is we've taken the content that we've already created on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, and we just literally recycle it. And we just dump it in. Like I've got 3,000 TikToks I can recycle. I've got probably 150 Instagram photos I can recycle, because that's the cool thing about Fruitlab. It can be a photo. It can be a fact. The facts are pretty cool, by the way. It can be a short form video under 30 seconds, or it can be a long form video up to an hour.
Yes. Yep. And Kirby, you literally, if someone engages with you over 3 seconds, you start making money. And it is fantastic.
Also,
and
if you like Flash games, like if you're a fan of Flash games, which I'm not really a huge fan of Flash games, but they have like 100 different video games that you can play inside the app. Then you can challenge people and play them outside as well. And it's like a whole, I don't know, it's like a gambling money combo. It's everything. It's everything.
And honestly, it's like a video game. When you upload some of your content, it's like a video game.
It is.
You start getting bonus points for them. You start seeing how many views. Your rankings get higher. I can't say enough good things about
Fruitlabs. Yeah. I mean, as an example, you start as a private, just like in any military sim. And we have been playing this game, social game, for a week. You're a lieutenant already. You're a lieutenant. You've been playing a week.
I am.
I am like 1 rank below you or 2 ranks below you. I've been playing for 4 days. You're the lowest of the 3 ranks. You've been playing a day, though. You've been playing 1 day. So I got a couple of housekeeping things that we have to do. Otherwise, you and I will be mad at each other later.
We will.
So let me do this, and then you will totally understand why I'm doing it.
Yes.
Speedo, rocket. Don't forget to TikTok it. Got it?
Dear Mr. Jack Black, sir, we are inviting you to be a guest on our show.
We are.
Anytime, Mr. Black. And so, and one other thing that we have to do, because we do it every week.
We have to do
Day 393, trying to reach Mr. Beast.
Hi, Mr. Beast.
And I got Shasta here. Shasta,
all you have to say is hi to Shasta.
Hi.
You don't have to give her a truck of Shasta, although that's our idea.
I jumped off the dock.
Guys, we were mentioned on a podcast.
That's us.
On a podcast.
Yeah, and they like Shasta soda.
Yeah, they were saying Mr. Beast probably give you Shasta soda.
Yes. Shasta for Shasta and a shout out.
I'll tag them in the comments. Yeah, thanks guys. We really appreciate you guys talking about it.
Welcome.
All right,
Dude,
we love you guys. I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, well, we love you too.
Day 390.
So the long and the short is this: our TikTok has been acting up all day, and honestly, we like Fruitlabs more.
Yeah.
I feel horrible about saying that. I'll just be honest, because I feel like I'm cheating on somebody. But honestly, at the end of the day,
you know what it feels like? It feels like we are Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader.
Yeah. I totally agree. We're going to the dark side. My whole thing though is, and this is no slight to TikTok, although it does sound like a slight. They've changed, and I had this discussion offline with you. My feeling is, when celebrities got involved in TikTok, it never was the same after. Like never, ever. Like, so up until the point where celebrities got involved, because there were 2 or 3 celebrities that got onto TikTok before it became TikTok. And it was a community, and we all had friends, and everybody was talking to each other. And it was, I thought it was a good time. Like, honestly, I really enjoyed it. When the celebrities got involved, something happened with TikTok, and they became less people friendly and more money hungry. And as an example, if you want your TikTok to be seen by anybody, you're going to be paying them money.
Yep.
They're not paying you like Fruitlabs. You're paying them.
And like, honestly, for me, one of the reasons why, like, I want to switch, and especially we can switch, like, for like season 3, it will be like TP show, Fruitlabs version or something. I don't care.
Right. I don't either. And my thing is, I don't mind, and I would love to cover TikTok still, but I don't think it should be the thrust of the show anymore, just for the simple fact that every single person that we've ever followed on TikTok, all of them have hit a wall. Like, there's a wall that has been hit. And the only way that I can foresee anybody getting over that wall, and it's because it's such a mature platform, is money. Like, I think Mortz can make it to the next level if he spends cash. And I don't think if he doesn't spend cash, I don't think. And the thing is, his content is constantly suppressed.
Right.
Because he does. Well, when he started, it wasn't questionable content. Like, that's the thing I think I find offensive is that, like, when we all started, like, smoking and drinking and being obnoxious was fine. And then
and
one day
you didn't have to look a certain way.
No,
like,
not at all. Not
you
at all.
didn't, for people, you didn't have to put on makeup. You didn't have to dress your best. You could literally just, like, be like, I just woke up out of bed. And then that turned into, like, a viral audio.
I totally agree, because I know of 4 different TikToks, and I've asked all 4 of those people, like, what made that go viral, because I was trying to understand the concept.
Yes.
Like, I was trying to understand it, and all 4 people said, no idea. Like, all of them, they're like, I have no idea. Like, I just did what I do. Like, I went to a thing, and I did my thing, and then the next thing you know, it blew up.
Like, the ones that I put effort on don't get shown. The ones that I don't give a shit about are the ones that get shown. And I don't.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think, like, if, like, my account went to 20K before, I'll just put it this way, shit got real on TikTok.
Right.
And for you, it sucks because I always thought you should be well ahead of me.
That's very
like,
sweet. That's very sweet.
No, I mean, like, honestly, like, you do a lot of, like, your flow of the rounds and stuff, and it is fantastic.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Almost everyone that I see that is as good as you has like 100K.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, like that was the funniest thing. There's a guy that I follow who's now a friend of mine out of Japan. His name's Sora_orb.
Yes, that guy. He actually came to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sora_travel. He actually has 2 different channels, and his content basically blew up. So he put out one TikTok, and I think that TikTok has like 5.5 million views the last time I checked.
Right.
And what you learn about TikTok. And this is what I like about Fruitlabs. Now, we'll see in a week if it's still going. I call it we're in the honeymoon phase. So we'll see in a week if it still happens. But in TikTok land, they would give you a certain amount of views. And if you perform to a level they expected, then they give you more. And then they give you more. And then they give you more. They don't really do that anymore. Like, they really, really are constricting the amount of views that people get. And makes sense to me. The reason I say that is because I know enough about computers to know that every single piece of content that you serve requires bandwidth. And so they only want to serve content. The cat just literally clawed me. They only want to serve content. You're a little rat. Sorry, I gotta put him on the show again. He's like, you're not paying attention to me, so I'm gonna claw you like you're a scratching post. They only want content that they absolutely positively know will earn them money, and it's become money. And granted, before there was a money aspect to it, but now it's just like, I don't know, it's just ridiculous.
Honestly, Fruitlabs, I love Fruitlabs. It could have been anything that actually, like, shows our content and people watch it.
I just want people to see our content is what it comes down to. And like, okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the TP show, because I don't even think TP show, like, I don't even think they show you these stats. They don't. So we're on TP show now, and we have 79 followers. All right, we're following 79. We have 90 followers, and we have 1,224 likes. Now, granted, you and I have way more than that, because the TP show started much later. We individually have much more than that. But to be quite honest, 1,224 likes for the amount of time that we've been on there, because it doesn't even tell us when we started, which is, again, this is stuff that's basic. It should be on that screen. Let's go to Fruitlabs real quick. When did we start? Is it on this page? I thought it was, but I guess it's not. On my page, it tells me exactly when I started. So
yeah, look, it has a streak. So if you go to the streak, we've been on for right around there. Yep.
9 times. Yeah, 9 is our current XP streak.
So that is how many days we've been on it.
Right. So we've been on it for 9 days. We already have, see, they don't really have likes the way that they do over there, but they do have views. And I can tell you right now, if I was to go through our TikTok and I was to add every single view together, which would be a big pain in the butt, there is absolutely 0% chance that it's 224,684. 0. None. Nada.
Right.
And I don't get it. Like, honestly, when I first saw these numbers, do you know what came to mind?
What?
Russian hackers. Like, I was like, somebody's hooking us up. Somebody's hooking us up, and I'm glad. Like, thank you, Russian hackers, for hooking us up. But I honestly don't think that's what it is. I think that people are latching onto the content because it's different than other content they see. And we're totally and completely insane. Like, our content usually has something funny and or weird. And I don't think they get that on Fruitlab a lot. They get headshots. You know what I mean? They get, like, knife fights. But a lot of the aspects of Fruitlab is designed around a game. And TikTok is not designed around a game mechanic. Like, you do not get, like if we go to the TikTok screen right now, we're not level 14. There's no level system there. There's no experience points.
If they were going to do that, they would be like, we're at level negative like 20.
Yes. And if you continue to pay us money, we will raise you to negative 18. 10, we'll give you 2 levels.
Yep.
It's the guy's honest
Kirby
truth.
is downloading it right now, and she's signing up.
Cool. And the thing I was going to say is, all you have to do is make content in TikTok and then post it over on Fruitlab. It's really, and if you already have content that you've created, which everybody does, if you've been on TikTok for more than 5 minutes, you have content, just post it on Fruitlab.
Yeah,
and
Kirby, take your YouTube stuff, all your videos of your game stuff, and just drop it in there.
100%.
That's what you need to do.
The one thing I will say, though, is this. I was in the chat, and somebody said, if you drop a full block, like a 45-minute block of your gameplay in there, it is considered spamming if you take clips out of the 45-minute block.
Don't do that, yeah.
So my recommendation is, if you find that your content is better enjoyed in a 45-minute block, drop it in. But our content, we both know, is better in 15 seconds to 4 minutes. Anything less than 5 minutes, our content that's the sweet spot. Because we say or do something that's silly and fun. Now, our segments are 10 or 15 minutes.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I mean, because you can't like cut a video game like review or something like that, you know, or we're watching a movie trailer. You can't cut the movie trailer out and be like, that was a great movie. And they're like, whoa, we didn't see it.
And you know, it's funny that you should say that. There is a British talk show that I watch all the time on YouTube. Oh, what is his name? Super famous British talk show. Anyway, long story longer. They will be like, hey, we've got like this really famous celebrity here, and let's go watch their video. And they show the trailer, but they have to cut it out for the YouTube. And it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, The Last of Us, let's go check out the video. And then they come back and like, wasn't that a great video?
They're probably so concerned in being monetized on YouTube.
Yes. And the thing is, that's how you get copyright strikes and the whole 9 yards. And Fruitlab is new enough. Like, I went into the Fruitlab, again, this is another thing that TikTok doesn't have. So there's, I guess the thing, and I'm not trying to bash TikTok because TikTok's a great platform. The difference to me, though, is this platform provides things that the other one doesn't. So it has a chat, a general chat. Now, anybody that's ever gone onto a popular TikTok live, you cannot read the chat, period. No. It flies by at 1,000 miles an hour. And I was expecting, since Fruitlab has been around for a while, I went into the general chat expecting to see this. And not be able to read anything at all. And that's not true. It was like, bleep. Hey, what's going on, Tick? Bleep. Cool. Good talking to you. Bleep. Hey, I see that you're on Fruitlabs. It's great to see you. Tick. I was like, what is this going on here? And they have 4 or 5 different sections. So, like, if you want to promote your stuff, they've got a self-promotion section.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. As an overall, I find it to be easier, better, faster for distributing content. I find the games to be annoying. I played... Have you played any of the games?
I played the knife one.
I hate the knife one. How good were you? Did you get any good at it? I sucked at it.
I got past. So this was my hang up with it, and it pissed me off so much that I stopped playing.
Yeah.
The first one, you had dashes that showed you where to go. And I was like, cool. Yeah. I got this game. This game's in the bag. You do the second one that way, and you're like, sweet, it's going to continue. The next one, you're like, there's no dashes.
Yep. I'm done. Same. I had the same exact. So try Saloon Shooter. Let me know if you like Saloon Shooter, because that's the one. Like, I've tried 10 different games, maybe 15. Hated them all. Just despised them. Like, they were just bad. Like, I'm not a fan of phone games in general anyway. So I was like, this is no fun. Saloon Shooter I found to be fun and interactive and the most enjoyable out of the games. But let's just put it this way. They're free. I know tons of friends that play Bubble Game, and there's a Bubble Game. I know tons of friends that play Tetris. There's a Tetris game. They're not called Tetris. They're called like weird shape puzzle, and it's not called Bubble Game. It's called like The Bubbles or something. You know what I mean? Like the names are all different, but they're basically the same games. And the thing about it is, once you get good at these games, and this is what we're going to do, I'm going to challenge the professor, and I will put down X number of pips, and he will put down X number of pips, and then we will play, and whoever wins gets the pips. And from what you said, I do believe people will do cash bets too. Like, I don't know how it's legal, but I don't really care.
I don't either.
And the one thing I will say is, and I wasn't surprised by it because I had never heard of FruitLabs before. I went on to like 4 or 5 people's streams, and I'm like, I don't speak Russian. There were quite a few of people that spoke Russian, and I was like, that's totally cool. I wish I spoke Russian, because then I could at least understand what you people were saying. But I was shocked at how many people were speaking Russian and putting English translations on it. I was like, genius. Like, that is just like right on top of the thing. And like I said, it was a throwaway comment by the Fiverr guy that we hired named Road8 Killer. Again, many props to him. And he said, why aren't you guys on Juicelabs? And he said FruitLabs. And I said to you, hey, have you heard of Juicelabs? And you're like, no. And funny enough, I think Juicelabs is actually like an audio company. But
oh, really?
Yeah. We did a whole promo calling it Juicelabs.
I know. So I'm looking at our chart right now on FruitLabs.
Yeah.
And it was like, today your views have went down. Can you just guess? No, but guess the
Our
number.
views went down, and so I would say 5,000 views today. Did we get 5,000 views today?
33,632, and it went down.
literally take everything we've done on Twitch, everything we've done on YouTube, and everything we've done on TikTok, add it together, and we've done more in 1 week.
Do you want to know what our highest number of days is, or views?
No, what is our highest?
It was on the 11th, and it was 51,109 views that day.
It's insane. It's insane.
So I don't care if it goes down. You're telling me that 33,000 views have been spent on our show.
Right.
Like,
right.
Oh my God.
That's
like,
a lot of time.
That's a lot of time on our show.
So what we need to do next is we need to come up with some photos, and we need to come up with some facts, and we need to come up with, we already have short form video, and we have to decide if we're going to put long form up.
I'm going to put up a fact right now.
Cool. You do that. And I'm going to ask you a question as well. So we, meaning you and I, have the 1 minute clips, even though I forgot to record the first 8 minutes of our show. Welcome to Technology Sucks. My question to you is, which of the old shows, and I'm going to actually have to go check because I haven't watched any of our old shows in a while, which one of our old shows, either from season 1 or season 2, would we like Road Killer to cover? Because Road Killer's basically been creating clips for us.
You know what we can do? We can tell Road Killer to do, because I want to keep it light. Let's do 5 clips of our first show, and we can react to it.
I love that. I think that's genius. And if Road Killer sees this, he'll know what to do. Otherwise, I'll Discord him later. That's another thing, is that I can tell that I'm dealing with people that are outside my age bracket. because they're not asking to message. They're not asking to use like Instagram or Twitter. They're immediately going to Discord. Like, I don't know if you've had this experience, but if you're over a certain age, you use every other social media, and if you're under a certain age, Discord is the only thing you even know exists. Like,
right. Yeah.
Wait, there's another thing that you could use? Like, and Discord is huge in the Twitch community and also obviously in Fruitlabs. So I want to check my Fruitlabs real quick just while we're here, because I was super happy. Like, I tried to get, just so everybody knows in the comments or out in the audience, I tried to get TikTok Tick on on TikTok. I tried.
Right.
And there's somebody else that got it already before me, which I'm fine with. I don't really actually have a problem with that. My issue becomes is that they have like a video, just one. And I just was like, that stinks. I wish that I could have gotten it. So when we went on to Fruitlabs, I was like, you know what? I want to call myself TikTok Tick. Let's do that. Let's make that happen.
So I don't know a way to put facts on from the computer.
That's totally
so
insane to me, dude. That's totally insane. I have 3,526 views already.
Dude,
already.
That is amazing.
It's just nuts to me, man. It's totally insane to me. And obviously and again, I've only been on for like 4 days because my XP streak is 4. We've been on as a team for 9, but still at the end of the day, that's pretty incredible. And like I said, I could see Fruitlabs becoming really popular with kids because it's got a total game dynamic. TikTok doesn't have a game dynamic in any way, shape, or form. Like, so, and we have TikToks that we could do, and we have TikToker of the week, but my whole thing is, I think we skip it, because, but I will, it's funny, let me play this while you're working on it, because I do want to, give me a second. I guess I didn't even put it in here. I could have sworn I put it in here. Oh, that is funny. So I created all the buttons, and I don't even think I put in TikToker of the week or TikTok. So let me put in TikToker of the week. Let me just play that promo, because there's a reason. There's a reason. Because we had actually discussed this ahead of time. We actually didn't think we were going to get on a Fruitlab tangent. We didn't think any of that was going to happen. I didn't think that my iPad would go sideways, as it did.
We've watched millions of TikToks this week, and we found for you the TikToker of the week.
So for everybody in the audience, the TikToker of the week are all the famous people. We had already discussed this. So it's Kevin Hart, Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock.
Jack Black. I'll just read the list. Yeah, we got Jack Black, Mr. Beast, The Rock, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito. Does he even have one? Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Hart, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Bacon, Tony Hawk, Steve-O, I think he's on it, and Avril Lavigne, which I call Admiral Lavigne. So, yeah.
And if any of you actual celebrities want to come on our amazing podcast, come on by. We're going to talk about Fruitlab. Just telling you. Because that's our new thing. And we will be talking about TikTok. We love TikTok. We're not going to stop doing TikToks. But I will be honest. TikTok does not show people like us the love anymore. They used to show us the love every once in a while, which was nice. Yeah. And but now it's just, if you don't have the money, if you're not going to pay for the promotions, like, we're not going to show you the stuff. It's just the way it is. And again, again, it sounds like we're bashing TikTok, because in a way we are. But the reality is this. TikTok has turned its back on the small creator. They are interested in the large creator, and they are interested in the celebrities and the promotions.
All right. Fact number 944. Pro tip, if you blow on it, it will fix it. Professor, it helps a marriage.
That is a fact. Plain and simple. You know, what's weird is, where do these facts show up, though? Like, because I see...
You need to recycle the page.
I did.
Refresh it.
Okay, I will. I'll do it. Yeah, it only shows videos. It says videos and awards on the main page. It doesn't show because I know on the whatchamacallit you have the ability to go through stuff.
Yeah. I know that the app works different than on a computer.
Yes,
I know.
I agree.
It does.
And as you said, it's an equally good experience. Because I will tell you, TikTok,
fantastic on both. Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok on the web sucks. I hate it.
So
I despise it.
If you're signed in to it on here, you can actually go in and see like a graph and analytics and all that stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's really
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, I am.
It's a great experience.
So
and you can see all your comments, and you can.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's up here at the top. Give me a second. Oh, no. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. Videos. This right here they call Juice. And Juice is their chat.
We can't see that. It's cut off, actually.
Oh, of course. I cut it off because... and, of course, they're not going to show it to me because we're in the thing. So, at the top, because I've, of course, cut it off, they have videos, Juice, which is their chat app. There are games, which they use a little Pac-Man icon for. There is a game. I don't know what that is. And then a cart, because I guess you can shop and buy stuff.
Let's see. And the cool thing that it does too is that each day it starts off fresh. So
yes. And do you know what time it is? Like you can tell that you're not in America. What time is the beginning of the day for you? Do you know? I know because it happened by accident yesterday.
At night sometime.
At night sometime. That's a good answer. 7 p.m. in our time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, because so what happens is you gain experience all day, and then at the end of the day, you start at 0 again, and you gain experience all the next day. So like I'm working on my phone, and the next thing you know, I have 0 experience points, and my head goes, how did I just lose everything? Right. And I didn't lose anything. It's just the new day. So, and again, so as an example, Cyberpunk 2077, which is a PC game, you go into the shop and you have the ability to either pay with cash, you can pay $27.80, or 278,022 pips.
Which, you know what? Honestly, we're really close to that.
We are. We can buy Cyberpunk 2077, although I hear the game sucks. So,
hey, I just heard. So let's see what that was. If that's Kirby adding us as a friend.
Oh yeah, don't forget to add the professor and TikTok Tick, because we also have pips that we could throw at you.
All right, Filter Junkie, thank you for being our friend on Fruitlabs, and
dude,
we're gonna throw you 1,000 pips.
Yes, we are.
And I'm gonna do that right now. We're following you, and I'm gonna throw you some pip.
Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Oh, that's so funny, the picture that they have there. So that's the professor. Why did it come up as the TP show? That's weird. I guess you must have mentioned it like I do. I mention it all the time on mine.
Yeah, if you see a hashtag, then yeah, I hashtag TV show when I
and there you go.
Some stuff.
So if you like and subscribe, we will throw you pips. So.
And there you go, Filter Junkie. Successful pip donation. You just got 1,000 of them.
And what I was going to say is we were also going to, she was in our list for today, but the list went sideways. She did a Mima merch. She got some merch from Mima. And
that is awesome.
She did
Thank
a
you for that.
TikTok on it. And we were going to do a thing. And our
TikTok
whole TikTok setup decided to go sideways. And it was funny, too. It's like TikTok died. It's like, I don't want to be involved anymore. You like Fruitlabs too much. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're getting to the end of the show. I think it's that time. Is there anything you wanted to say before we run away bravely?
No. And
can you crap.
Can I? I probably can.
I don't. We have a referral code. There's a referral code for Fruitlabs, and I don't know what it is. It's some obscure number system. And next week, just so you know, where our logo is right there, we're going to have our Fruitlabs code right there. So you can just use our referral code.
I really want to contact Fruitlabs and see if we can get TP Show as a referral code, because that would just help them out too.
It'd be easier for sure. I think it's too short though. If I remember correctly, it looked like it was 9 alphanumeric digits. And
well, I don't care. TP Show live. Like, I'm fine with that.
Like, no, that makes perfect sense. That totally makes perfect sense. So give me 1 second.
The referral code for us is lowercase EG, capital T, lowercase K, lowercase Q, lowercase W, lowercase I, and
that's
then uppercase
hilarious,
A.
by the way.
And it is weird and shit, and it doesn't even make sense for me. But we have 12 clicks on that, so I don't even know how that happened.
And I am not as rich as you are, so I am only throwing a few pips because Filter Junkie also followed me. So that is done.
Oh. And if you followed me, Filter Junkie, I'm just not logged into that because I'm not logged into it. My focus
is
the TP Show.
Yeah, it was funny because
yeah.
So the way this all rolled was we both agreed we needed to do the TP Show, and since Professor handles a lot of the computer backend stuff for the different shows, like when it's not live, he's like, "Oh, I'll sign up. I'll start setting stuff up." And like, I guess it was like a half an hour later, you're like, "Dude, this is awesome. Like, this is really awesome." And I guess a day or two later, you're like, "You should join." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I will." and then jump forward 2 more days, and I go, "Hey, Professor, you should join."
Like, okay, I will.
And unlike the YouTube channel, I'm actually following the TP Show on Juicelab, on Fruitlab now. And you know what I think it is I think they started out with the name Juicelab. And I think that name was taken because they call their message board Juice. Why would you call your message board Juice if you're fruit? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you just call it the fruit? Like, I don't know. It just was confusing.
We need to come up with like Juicelab segment and figure out something to do with juice because we keep on calling it that.
You know what we should also do? Maybe we'll just pull up the live general thing next week and we'll make a comment. You know what I mean? We'll go into self-promotion.
Okay.
We'll be like, "Hey, we're live right now. Stop on by. And here's the links." And stuff like that.
Honestly, we can watch slices too.
Yeah.
Just
I agree.
randomly,
I agree.
Just like
now, the one thing I will say is, I would say a good majority of the stuff that I have is like sniper kill shots.
100%.
Like the guys I follow, it's like this one dude I was following. First of all, he's not speaking English, which I don't have a problem with. But I'm just watching sniper kill shots. I'm like, I kind of like sniper kill shots, but normally I like being the guy doing the sniping and the killing.
Yes.
But you know what? I can watch this. But then one of the guys I watch, he was taking a trip to the Smoky Mountains. I was like,
yeah, I saw that.
It's awesome. Like, this is great. And again, it's not TikTok content. Like, you're not going to get like the normal like lip syncing that you get on it. It's not. I think that the content on TikTok is more entertaining per se because it's not game centric.
Right. And in fact, I've put some of my TikToks on that I do the lip singing stuff. They don't. They got like 20 views. Like, they're just not going to push it. They're just like, cool, you posted.
Right. It's not what we're trying to do. And I think the reason that they took to us is because we are a podcast and we do talk about stuff like this. You know what I mean? That's our thing. So.
And now, once like now that I have a whole bunch of free time, tomorrow I'm going to be cutting out clips and putting them in to Fruitlabs, and the people will know we have contests, and people will know we give out money, and we just are very appreciative. And we thank you guys.
Oh,
I mean, it feels like we won like an Academy Award because
it's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, again, you know what it reminds me of is when you do get a viral TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so everybody, like, I haven't had one, but I've followed all my friends that have had one. And when you get a viral TikTok, your phone just goes crazy for like 3 days.
Yes.
You can't get anything accomplished because your phone is just constantly going off because you get more views and more likes and more views and more likes and more comments and views and likes. And unfortunately, we're beyond that stage now where anybody I know 0 people in the last 6 months that have gotten a viral video. 0. None.
Yeah.
In fact, I've heard the opposite. Like, many people that I've talked to are getting So if they have 100,000 viewers or 100,000 followers,
yep,
they're getting 200 views. How is that mathematically even possible? That's not even a 0.5% of their total. And I had somebody that has followed me for a long time, and they were like, "Dude, I didn't even think you were on TikTok anymore. I thought you left." I'm like, "Why did you think I left?" And they were like, "Well, I don't see your TikToks anymore because TikTok literally doesn't show my TikToks to the people that follow me.
Right.
It's the most ridiculous
You're
thing.
literally TikTok tech.
Right.
Like they should be pushing out your content.
Right. Like no doubt. I literally have their name in my name. So, but I think we've coffined it enough. Meaning, I think we've discussed the fact that TikTok gets under our skin right now. And like I said, I love the platform. Absolutely love it. Always have. I just don't like the way they're treating me. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with TikTok right now. And if I was the only person, like I would literally say, "Oh, dude, I'm on an island by myself." I can't tell you how many TikToks I've watched where it's people literally saying the exact same things that we're saying right now, like to a T.
And you know what? I always have a special place in my heart for TikTok because of the people that we met through TikTok.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, though, as well, a lot of those people we don't talk to anymore because TikTok has ostracized them. Like TikTok has done something to make them go away, and then they don't want to talk to anybody that they're associated with TikTok anymore.
Well,
I can think of 3 or 4 people like that.
One of my favorite people in the world I haven't talked to, and I don't think you have, for like a year.
Correct.
Raven.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Same. And it's because of TikTok, though. Like, they got... So TikTok became so toxic to somebody that we followed on TikTok. They were like, fuck this. I'm out. Never going to use it again. Never going to talk to anybody again. We're done.
And
like,
I legitimately, like, once a month go, I wonder what's going on with Raven.
I say the same thing. And I often think that I should reach back out and just make sure that her and her kids are doing good, or kid, I think she only has one, but make sure everything's cool in her world. I mean, and I know why she quit. I mean, like I said, TikTok is a very toxic environment sometimes, plain and simple. There's nobody to stop the toxicity. So,
and like, honestly, like, we don't even have to record it, but I would just love for her to jump in the vMix and just talk to us for like 20 minutes.
Basically like do a Zoom, but without having to use Zoom. No, I'm totally on the same page. No, I totally get it. I will reach out and I will let you know, and we may discuss it on the show, and we may not. But you need to make sure and like and subscribe, because if you don't, you'll never find out. So I think it's that time.
Follow us on FruitLabs for a whole bunch of rewards that we will give you.
Holy crap, we went way longer than we started late though, but we went way longer than we usually do. But anyway, FruitLabs.
Oh my God, wasn't that a long show? Please like and subscribe. And for those of you listening on the podcast, thank you. Until next time, this has been another episode of the TP Show.